Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jared Glant. I'm the president for Cardone Enterprises, and we're super excited to be back here again to give you access to an amazing live training on really what you can do right now, given the situation that everybody's in, to take advantage of what's happening. You know, there's no doubt that this is a scary time. There's a lot of uncertainty. A lot of people still are trying to figure out what to do. I think we're 3 or 4 weeks into this whole crisis here. And we've certainly kind of been through and seen a lot happen over the last 3 and 4 weeks. And we've been able to pivot and reposition. We've been able to put processes and systems in place. You know, we've been able to apply and qualify for and receive federal stimulus money. And we'll be talking more about that today. So we've been able to pivot into this, and really the training today is a follow-up to what we talked about a couple weeks ago for how you can expand in times like this, how you can actually take advantage of an economic crisis. It's brutal. There's a lot of bad things going on right now. People are dying, losing their jobs. Companies are filing for bankruptcies. Big companies are laying off tens of thousands of people. But there is always an opportunity if you're looking for it. And so our hope today is that at the end of this training that you're going to get live with Grant Cardone here in the studio, that you have actionable steps to take away, to put in place so that you can move forward into this confidently, fully accept and know what's happening, and make the decision to make it something that you can leverage rather than something you become a victim of. So make sure you guys stay here, stay locked in, eliminate the distractions right now. This training will only be live for 24 hours. So this isn't going to be something you're going to have unlimited access to. If you got to pop out and leave for whatever reason, I would encourage you not to, but if you have to, I get it. The training will be live for you to watch for the next 24 hours, but then it's coming down for good. So as you're going through this, make sure that you're taking notes. You're following through. We'll get the PowerPoint sent out to everybody so you can get access and follow along because it's going to be great. This is going to be tactical strategies that you can apply for your business, for yourself. And again, we're just really walking you through what we're doing. We are opening the book to tell you what we did, how we responded, and how you can respond and do the same things and manage this situation the best as you possibly can. You know, I can tell you, having been with Grant for 10 years, having seen what happened in 2008 and 9 to him, to the industry that we were doing business with, and to see how we came out of it, you know, we grew in a pretty remarkable way, coming out of a devastating economic environment. And you can do the same too. So we're going to go through some steps that we took and things you should be doing if you haven't done them already. These are the things you need to be doing right now in your business, with your job, with your family, so that you can start advancing and moving in. There are still businesses that are doing well. We have the advantage of dealing with tens of thousands of entrepreneurs and people all around the world. And we have 2,000 corporate clients. We're in communication with them all the time, and we are still doing business. In fact, we are up year over year, and if you looked at our monthly sales numbers from January through the end of March, you would see no difference. If you looked at a line on a graph, you would see no difference. You would think that nothing was wrong. Now we do have clients that have been significantly affected by the outbreak, the virus, whatever you want to call it, by everything that's going on right now. And we have clients that are actually doing better than they've ever done. So my message to you is that you need to be hopeful, and you need to be positive, and you need to have the right frame of mind and the right outlook despite everything that's going on. And that requires that you get super focused. You've got to put the blinders on, like those thoroughbred horses you see at the races. They've got the blinders on because they just want them focused on running straight. And that's what you need to do right now because there's so many distractions. I was on the phone with a client of ours this morning, and they were talking about different things that they were hearing and seeing, and compression in their business, and everything that they'd built seems like it's about to fall down. And right when they were just starting to figure everything out and really start hitting their stride, and that's all being put in jeopardy, and it creates a lot of stress and anxiety. and fear, really, because these are unprecedented times. I mean, 24 million people out of work. We saw a story the other day. Tillman Fertitta, he owns the Houston Rockets, and hundreds of restaurants around the country had to lay off 45,000 people. I mean, it's brutal. And you guys can either be in a position right now where you get scared and you get overwhelmed and you fall back and you become a victim of everything that's going on, or you can move through all of it, accept the fact that times are here to stay, accept the fact that this is going to be just brutal for you for 8 months, maybe longer, and make the decision to start doing things today that will put you in a position where you're going to look back and you're going to go, I did everything the right way, and because I did what I did when I did it, even though it was hard, even though it required more work, even though it required more commitment, more of me, it was a game changer. And I promise you, if you get through this and you're stronger on the other end like you should be, you're going to look back and you're going to go, 10 years from now, that changed the trajectory of my entire career. The 3 years coming, like from this point, the next 3 years, you could experience the biggest expansion in the history of your business if you do the right things. And so I just want to assure you that Grant has been not only involved as a business owner in the markets for the last 35 years, he's been a business owner, small business owner, but over the last 25 years, he's been involved in very sophisticated financial markets. And he's been, when you have $1 billion in debt from some of the biggest institutions in the world, the phone calls and the conversations you have are a bit different. The stakes are pretty high. And I got to say that I'm confident today about his message, about what he's going to be talking about. I see it working. I saw how proactive he was, although he got some heat for it. He was proactive. He made tough decisions, same decisions that resulted in business owners getting ahead of really all the nasty stuff that's happening right now. And so he's going to share these things with you today in this live training. So make sure that you are here, you're connected, you're paying attention. Like I said, this is one of the most important things that you'll hear all night. If you look for opportunity, you'll find it. If you look for negativity, excuses, reasons, you will find those too. So get in the right frame of mind, look for solutions. Assume that today you're going to hear something that will change the course of your career for the next 10 years, and you'll find it. So without further ado,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to bring my man,
yes, sir.
GC,
yes, sir.
up to the stage.
Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Jared. And I appreciate all of you being here today. These are, a friend of mine reached out to me and said, hey, my partner thinks that you're going through this and it's like nothing for you. And so I just want to clear that up for everyone, regardless of how you think that I'm going through this. These are extremely, extremely scary times for everyone. The world is truly going through a massive, unprecedented, I know that word's used all the time right now. I told my wife 3 weeks ago and my staff, my executive staff 3 or 4 weeks ago, what's about to happen here, we have never seen happen. I have said for years that we would have an economic turn down of, and don't you guys go away on me right now because I'm telling you the seriousness of the situation. I could show you how to get out of this thing. But I told my staff and my wife, they all thought I was overreacting if they get honest about it. This is going to be deep. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be awful. Uncertainty is everywhere today. Bad news is endless. Companies are failing. Industries closing. 21 million layoffs. 21 million layoffs, I think, in what? 3 weeks. 21 million, 7 million people a week. Reports of entire states being closed down. I got it, Jared. And some of these states, the country might be shut down. I just talked to some people in London, said that their country is going to be shut down the entire month of May. People can't go to schools, can't send their kids to school. You can't go to parks, can't go to stadiums. The things you and I took for granted just 4 weeks ago, less than 30 days ago, you and I can no longer do. So if anybody thinks that I'm getting through this like it's nothing, man, don't confuse my exterior with my interior. I can't go to the store. I was literally separated from my wife and Scarlett for 3 weeks because Sabrina and I went on a trip. Expected my wife and Scarlett to meet us 3 days later. They couldn't come in because the hotel got quarantined. We're having to wear a mask. We're being quarantined, unable to go out to a park. Literally, my wife and Bobby, her friend Bobby, almost got arrested for going to a park with Scarlett. We can't go to our office. I had to get a pass to do this today with you. And I think this is essential business, what I'm sharing with you today. We have 105 staff that have to office remotely, another 370 plus that are scattered around the country that we're trying to manage remotely. Look, I am scared and I'm stressed, and then probably you're feeling scared and stressed and frustrated and confused. As a leader of multiple companies and the obligation and responsibility that comes with the head of household, many of you are the head of your household, the breadwinner of your household, trying to provide some kind of normalcy for your kids. I'm doing the best I can. I'm sure you're doing the best you can right now to be a leader. And a leader in times that we've never had. None of us have ever experienced this. Our government haven't. Our governors, our senators, our congressmen. And I know you're hit right now. We're all hit with new challenges, new threats, new fears, misinformation. People are hopeless. I know because regardless of what you see me doing on social media, in a live stream, on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or whatever you're hearing people say about me, I'm being hit with the same new challenges that everyone is. I had to let go of employees. We didn't hire people in January because I wanted to let go of them. You know how much that hurts? Not just the fact that I'm responsible for people and I have to let them go. It kills me that I can't expand faster. So it works two ways. One, I hired them. I convinced people to come work with me. I wanted to onboard those people, and then I find out suddenly, like so many employers around the country, I can't train, can't educate, can't bring them on. Every day I'm talking to customers that are going through the same thing, and the more I hear it, the more it hurts. I have customers calling in, 1,800 customers. Can I get relief? Can you pause the payments? I watch TV, I turn the TV on, I'll go home like you do at night, hoping and praying things are going to get back to normal. This reminds me so much of 12 years ago, 2008. Maybe you know my story about 2008. Nobody knew me in 2008. Lehman had collapsed. I didn't have a following. I had no social media. I knew the country was in trouble. The day I saw the news at CNBC and the people were carrying boxes out, man, my face went pale white. And Elena knew something. I knew something. We were in Los Angeles at the time, and Elena's like, "What's going on? What do you know?" And I said, "Our business, our family, Sabrina was on her way. I knew my companies were on the brink of collapse. I knew at that moment I felt so vulnerable, so lost, so scared, so disappointed with myself. Everything that I had worked for. I wasn't thinking at that moment, to be honest with you, I was not thinking about anybody else. I was thinking about our situation because I was so scared. I couldn't even consider what other people were going through. I knew I was on the brink of losing everything I had worked at least 30 years for. Now, thank God I had Elaine at the time, and thank God she had the wisdom or whatever inspiration. Rather than getting overwhelmed with what I was telling her, she just looked at me and said, "Hey, you need to turn this crisis into an opportunity. You need to man up," is what she said. And she pushed me. She said, "You need to go in your office and figure out a way for us to get out of this because we're not going to die. We're not going to go backwards. You need to pivot, Grant." And at that time, look, I was scared. I was unsure. I was lost. I was shell-shocked. I had probably been watching too much news. I didn't even know where to start. I went to my office 12 years ago this quarter. And that was the rebirth. That was the create of Grant Cardone, who you know today. I literally created who you know me to be today. Happened in the worst economic collapse this country had seen in my lifetime since 19 29. And prior to this, that was the biggest recession that this country has had. I went and wrote Sell or Be Sold. We created the 10X rule. The 10X movement came out of that. And 2008 became the impetus that created the success that at that time I never imagined I'd be where I am today. Literally, the jet, the 8,000 apartments, the businesses we own, sold out stadiums. Never, ever imagined any of it. I'm telling you that to tell you all this was born out of fear. It was born out of fear and uncertainty and worry and crisis. I went from 3 employees at that time to 500. If it were not for 2008, I'm convinced I would not be where I'm at today. I learned so much from that and made so many mistakes from 2008, 2009, 2010 that I don't want you to make over the next 24 months. And that's why I'm here today, to share with you how you can avoid the mistakes that I made in the first 2 years. See, what you guys don't know is what I went through in that period of time and what I'm going through right now. And I want to share with you what I know so you can turn the crisis that we're having that's negatively impacting 7 billion people, not just in America, but every country on the planet. I want to show you what I've learned and share with you how you can turn this in to a rebirth of who you are. Look, I'm a human being, okay? I feel everything you're feeling right now. The responsibility of employees, okay? The responsibility of companies, debt and banks that I have made commitments to, 8,000 families that rent for me. Trust me, I am scared. I feel stressed just like you do. I see businesses failing. I see what you see, boarded up companies. Somebody sent me videos last night of Sunset Boulevard where I used to live is being boarded up because they're worried about vandalism and theft. I see industries unable to open up and airliners and hotels. I have friends in the furniture business, the automobile business, hotel business. These are friends of mine that are like, hey, I don't know if I'm going to make it. People in the travel business, in the real estate business, banking and retail, their families depend on activity and they can't even go to work. Suicide hotlines are up 800% in 21 days. 20% increase in drug overdoses at hospitals. Millions of people affected by an unseen virus and billion more are worried. People are scared to touch their neighbors. I mean, who would have ever thought? I'd be scared to touch my neighbor. I'd have to wear a mask. I can't touch people. I have to have distance. I go to Starbucks that I'm lucky enough to have open down the street for me. People are overreacting on social media. People are actually wishing other people fail right now. I see people wishing against me, talking about conspiracies, running to the store to buy toilet paper. And I'm like, oh my God, what are people doing? We're all been trapped in our homes and our apartments trying to figure out how to pass the time. Our way of life has been taken from us. And it's affected me. I know it's affecting you. I see people wanting Tillman Fertitta to fail. I'm like, why? Why? You don't want that guy to fail. He owns the Houston Rockets. He owns 600 restaurants. None of his stuff. He cannot open his companies today. It's not his fault. I know we're all scared. And I know when I'm scared, when I feel threatened, I either fight, I want to punch people back, I want to punch them in the face, I want to do some immature, stupid thing that's never going to help me, never going to benefit me. And I know I'm immature. I do that. I do the same stupid stuff most people do. I get tied up in the rumors and the gossips and the conspiracies. It's like somebody said, hey, when people are scared, they fight or they run. Fight or flight syndrome. But look, I've learned a lot over the last 12 years, and we're pivoting through this. And while I promise you I won't always be the perfect leader, I won't always say the perfect thing, I won't always do it the way you want me to do it, I promise you, through this crisis, I want to help bring you help. For the last 3 weeks, we have brought you a free webinar, and I will continue to try to do that as much as I can, providing you with leadership, guidance, transparency, what we discover, what we're learning. And again, I'm not purpose, but I promise to be here for you. This is exactly what I wanted in 2008. Somebody to be there for me, to give me the right advice, the right inspiration. This is what I wanted when I was a kid. My dad died. So I guarantee you on the other side of all this madness, this fear, the hate, the anger, the denial, the people trying to blame or pin on who did this. Was it China? Was it the CIA? Is it 5G? What is it? I promise you on the other side of all this, okay, you have a choice to either be greater, greater, way greater, okay, or on the other side of this, things get worse. I want to help you with the right mindset, provide you with guidance, strategies, avoid the pitfalls so that you come out of this better and bigger, more experienced, unstoppable. 2020 could prove to be a rebirth for you. I promise you it's going to be a rebirth for a lot of people. And I truly believe this will be a creation of more millionaires and billionaires than any other event that we have ever seen. So let's get into it. Let's get right into it. I want to share with you first the mistakes that I made in 2008. Okay? If you can avoid the pitfalls, let me see if I can fix this. And I wish I could take your phone calls today, but there's so many people watching this. The pitfalls, okay? The things you don't want to do, the mistakes that I made. It's very, very important if you're going to have a mentor, have somebody teach or educate you. And if you have questions, maybe you can post them in the chats and Johnny can try to field them to me. Number one mistake that I made in 2008 was I spent too much time thinking, okay? Thinking will not get you out of this. Any form of thinking will not get you out of this. The only thing that's going to get you out of this is action. And I'll show you exactly. Stay here today. This will be about 2 hours long. Get some notes, take notes, write it down with a piece of paper, get your spouse, tell your family members about this, tell your kids about this, let them watch this. People need to know the seriousness of the situation, but they also need to know with the seriousness, if they take action, things can get better. You don't want to think a bunch right now. Thinking's not going to help you out of this. Number two, I managed money incorrectly. I made so many mistakes with money at that time. We're not doing that this time. I'm not managing money right now. I'm making moves with money. Okay, I manage money rather than taking action. Number three, I watched too much news, the bad news. By the way, all news is bad news right now. There is no good news. If there was good news, they wouldn't report it. Nobody's going to report that we're going to have 16,000 people watch this today. That's probably more viewership than Fox Business has right now this second. Number four, I didn't convert liabilities. I should have converted liabilities to assets. About 1 hour into this, I'll show you exactly how to take a liability, a credit card that you have, debt you have on a car, debt you have on a house, debt you have in a business, and I'm going to show you how to convert debt into assets, okay? That could be inventory, by the way. It could be things you have. It could be things you have at the house. I'll also talk about how some of your assets, what you think are assets, are actually liabilities. Number five, I didn't communicate with my clients, communicate with my clients soon enough. I waited for them to call me. I didn't call them, okay? What we've done in the last 21 days, I've done more communication in the last 21 days with our clients, lenders, tenants than we did in the entire probably 2008 to 2010. It took me 2 years to do as much as we've done in 21 days. And number six, I did not understand how the government could assist me. Okay, in the first 40 minutes today, I'm going to show you some things that we've done to tap into the PPP program. I promised to do that for you today. The SBA program, the IEDL. What's it called, Jared? IEDL. I'll get the data on it exactly, and I'll show it to you. I'll walk you through it, okay? So first place I want to start today is with what we did, how we walked through this scenario. What did Grant Cardone do first? I think the date was March 20th, because it was one day before my birthday. This does not feel like a birthday month to me, by the way. On March 20th, I got a phone call, and that phone call was from Washington, D.C., and I was told by someone there that, hey, the country's going to be shut down over a period of weeks. So you need to get your game in order. And I have friends there, and they were nice enough to call me. And so the first thing I did was meet with my staff, okay? First thing, in an emergency, meet with your staff. Okay, not all my staff, meet with execs. And what am I going to meet with my execs about? All right, what I'm going to meet with my execs about, and we'll be sharing this with you exactly, is how my execs, I need to get my execs to acceptance. All right, there's basically 5 stages. Some of you have heard me talk about this before. There's this old thing, this old idea, this 5 stages to get to acceptance of a situation. Well, I don't care about the first 4. I just want to get to acceptance, okay? And I'm going to show you exactly how to rush to that, speed through that, and not waste time in denial and anger and bargaining and grief. There's no reason to. There's no money in grief. You can cry about this as much as you want. By the way, I have. My crying lasted about 4 minutes. And then I said, hey, I got to go take care of my family and my company and my employees and all the families that depend on me. So first thing I did was meet with my senior staff. That was the first thing. Number 2 thing I did was we had to decide to go from crisis to expansion. Okay, C2X. I'm going to take this crisis. I said, look, guys, this is what we're going to do. This world is about to come to an end. Everything that we know, everything that we had, every price we had, every piece of inventory we had, every offer we had, the boot camp, the 10X Growth Conference, the book offers, the millionaire booklet funnel, the real estate, whatever was $1,500, we won't be able to get. Whatever was $10,000, we won't be able to receive. Any communication that we push out into the marketplace, we'd have to push out 55,000 times just to get it heard one time compared to what was going on, because I'm competing now with everything. Everything Corona or COVID or Trump or what's happening or 5G or layoffs or recessions and Wuhan and blah, blah. See, I had to get my 5 of us sat in a room, and I'm like, look, the world is about to come apart. And I had to get them to understand the severity of the situation. And please do not take this second step lightly, okay? The first step lightly. The first step is what? Get everybody to acceptance. Do not take this lightly. No one wants to accept the severity of a bad situation. Nobody. It's like, I can't believe this is happening. Remember when the planes hit the buildings? People sat there and watched the video over. Still today, 20 years later, we watch. I can't believe that's happening. 20 years, we still don't accept that a plane flew into a building because it's so unbelievable. Who would believe 21 million people would be let go from their jobs in 21 days? It is hard to actually think that we are that susceptible. One day everything's good. The restaurants are open. I can't even get into the restaurants. I can't get good service. And now I can't even go to them. Okay? So number 2 thing. Hey guys, we're going to go from a crisis to an expansion. You have to bring this decision. You have to reinforce this. Put this on your toilet. Put it on your mirror. Put it on your shower. Put it where you can see it. C2X. Okay? Crisis to expansion. This is going to create more millionaires. This moment right now is going to create new businesses, new industries, new possibilities. But first you got to get to acceptance. Then you got to get your team saying, we will not contract. Mistake I made in 2008, I contracted. I went into self-preservation and couldn't expand. That's not what the wealthy do. The wealthy expand into contractions, okay? Number 3, we consolidated resources. Okay, and I think we're gonna give everybody the PowerPoint to this. Okay, so we'll give you the full PowerPoint. I'm just gonna abbreviate some of this. We consolidated resources. Now, this is really, really tough. If you're taking notes, when you consolidate resources, basically you have to let something go. You cannot just organize everything on the desk. The easiest way for me to clean my desk up is to start throwing stuff away. Okay, and if you've ever watched me, followed me, maybe you've been listening to what I've been saying for weeks. Look, the first thing you do with consolidating resources is you get rid of something. Okay, you get rid of. The movie Ford and Ferrari, okay, he wanted to make the car go faster. How do you make the car go faster? Put a bigger engine in it? Okay. Get a better driver? All right. But at some point, you got to do what? You got to make that car lighter. Consolidate your resources. If you're a boss, if you're a household, head of household, HH, head of the household, you guys have to make decisions right now what to get rid of. What can you get rid of? First thing we did after I met with staff, just walking through it, 21 days. In 21 days, I'm going to share with you what we've done to actually expand at a time where, dude, I got an email yesterday from a guy. Hey, can I buy your plane from you? I'm certain you need to sell your plane because literally the guy says to me, if I can find this. I mean, how do you think this makes you feel when
all your lines of business or something are probably getting...
He says, I understand there's no way all your lines of business are shut off. Your car dealers can't be paying you right now. Let me see if I can find this. Your online business has to be destroyed and nobody's paying you rent. Even if I'm not watching the news, I got people sending me this kind of stuff. So I got to consolidate something, okay? And what is that? In our case, we had to let some staff go that we could not possibly manage because my management team was no longer going to be able to manage people in an office because I knew we were going remote. Okay, number 4, we met with our staff, the remaining staff, and came up with an expansion decision. Now I got to share that with the staff. I got to share that with the management team, the staff, the employees. Okay, number 5, we got proactive with our clients. Jared's going to give me the numbers right now, but I think we're north of 2,000 phone calls outbound a day just here in Miami. Plus, we've contacted 8,000 tenants across 7 states, 25 properties in our real estate division. Our collections, because of that, number 8, okay, proactive with clients, tenants, and partners, our collections are 11 points higher than the national average. On the phone, emails, text, having someone there, spending the money, investing the money, consolidating our resources, pushing into expansion, which includes communication, lots and lots of communication. Number 6, we assessed all our assets. And again, if you got questions, just hit Johnny. We assessed all assets and liabilities. We did this with our mentor team, our mentor group last night. We do a mentor call. It was a 2-hour call last night, just going over people's assets, their liabilities. I literally took 3 sheets of paper out. We'll include it in a handout for you if you want to grab it. It's a worksheet. What are your assets? What do they cost you? What is the obligation? What are our liabilities? What is the obligation? And we started showing people how I took liabilities, turned them into assets, assets into maybe what were assets 3 weeks ago are now liabilities, okay? So we assess all our assets, liabilities, our products, all our offers. Oh, wow, that offer's sitting over there. Everything that was in the closet, everything that we've been ignoring, everything that was paid for, we pulled all that to assess every offer, every asset, every liability, and started looking at what could we tighten up, which is number 7. Tighten up all departments, okay? This is discipline, spending. This is where we sit down and say, hey, no spending unless I approve it. Okay. Now, 21 days ago, I was flying around the country. Man, I'm doing good, doing whatever I want to do, not worried about anything. 21 days ago, I'm like, hey, nobody writes any check without me approving it. Not one check. It doesn't mean we don't spend money. We also sent out $200,000 in bonuses yesterday. Go ahead, Johnny, you had something?
Already, I got a question for you.
But when you tighten up the discipline, that means everybody increases the expectation of what they're going to do, and there's penalties for not doing that. Go ahead, Johnny.
Alrighty, so you got a question. If you have debt right now, during these moments, should you be trying to save that money, pay off your debt? What would you do?
Okay, I'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay, that's also something we start diving into. Not all debt is bad, contrary to what Mr. Ramsey says. Not all debt is bad. Some debt is actually good, and some debt that you have right now is actually an asset if you knew how to play with it. Okay, I don't want to go there yet because I want to talk about the government programs, which is number 8. And the first thing that we did once we got the discipline we started applying for the government programs. And everybody should. I made this mistake in 2008. I made it in 2010. I made it in 2012. I made it in 2015. I have never looked at the government programs as an asset. Okay, so what we immediately did, once we tightened down the hatches on the company, and if you guys are enjoying this, let me know. Just hit the chat and let Johnny know. Again, if you have questions, let him know, and he'll serve them up to me. What we immediately did, once we got in the discipline on the company, I'm just going to tell you the ugly of it. We let 42 people go in the first week. Everybody hated on me for it, including me. I hated on me for it. We had just hired these people. I didn't want to get rid of these people. I could not manage the resource. You must get rid of those things you cannot manage, okay? Get rid of anything you can't manage. If you can't manage it, get rid of it. If you can't manage it, it becomes a liability. You do not need more liabilities. If I can't manage Jared, okay? Yeah, so if I can't manage Jared, if I got too much weight in the vehicle, how am I going to expand when I'm dragging around people that don't even know who we are, what we are? We haven't acclimated them, hadn't onboarded them, don't know who they are. They don't know who we are yet. We just went out and hired these people. And so, and I got a lot of pushback on this, but this is where you got to boss up. Get rid of liabilities. Not all liabilities. The first liability is to get rid of is those you cannot manage. Okay? Those are consolidating resources so that I can push on the 108 people in the organization and go to them and say, hey, expansion decision. Number 4, expansion decision, contact every client, contact every tenant, contact our partners, stay in contact. Okay, now assess your assets, products, and liabilities, tighten down the discipline, and get results. Okay, our results, total dials in 21 days. 41,124. Is that up double?
It's up by, normally it's about 30,000, 33,000, 32-ish.
Okay, so we're up by 20%, okay?
30%.
Okay, yeah, 33,000 to 41,000.
Yeah.
Well, we're up. Okay, remember what I said in the 10X rule? I said, look, man, you never drop a target. You got a target up here. Bad economy comes, Corona crisis comes, divorce comes, the kids are upset, somebody got sick. You don't drop that, you increase activity. Okay, so total talk time was 1,096 minutes. Number of appointments, 396. Number of demos, 213. Number of deals, 144. Dials to deals, 285. We measure everything now. To do that, you got to cut back some of the resources you have. So we let 42 people go and say, look, this is a furlough. Here's payment for the rest of the month. We want to come back and get you. We just got to get our house in order. Right now, the state will not allow me to be in my damn office.
The cops are outside.
Are they?
Yeah, they were just outside.
It's all right that I'm here. I can finish, right?
Yeah, we're working on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, there's 3 people here.
Yeah.
25,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Discipline in the department so that you can expand and do what? Take a crisis and turn it into an opportunity. Our statistics across every department we have is up. Now, to be honest with you, there are a couple of things that we let go of, not just people, but offers, so that we could consolidate our resources and focus on those things, those assets and those products that could actually keep things going forward and allow us to expand. All right. Now, we also had a new thing to do. Okay. I don't know anything about government programs. In addition to everything else you guys got going on right now, you need to figure out these government programs. Sherry sent me an email this morning. Some of you are going to hate me for this. Today, was this today or today and yesterday?
It was this morning. The second one hit this morning.
Okay. So let me just go here. I just got an email. Oh, let's see. Where's Sherry at? Okay. All right. So this is what we got today. First thing I got, the first check I got was on the 16th or 17th day. It was $46,200. I thought that was pretty good. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly how to file. This is a Paycheck Protection Program, PPP. You probably heard about it. You're probably hearing that they're out of money. There's going to be more money, and you should go get it. Then we got a check for, please don't hate on me for this. Then the next check was for $349,500. And then the third check was for $7.9 times that amount. That was a big check. And you can get those checks, but you can't do it if you're in crisis. You can't do it if you're angry. You can't do it if you're in denial. You can't do it if you're in blame. And you can't do it if you're hating on me because I got my checks. I got my checks because I consolidated my resources, decided to go from a crisis to an opportunity, said I'm not going to wait 2 or 3 years to figure this gig out. I got to put my head down, and we got to get everybody on the same page right now, and nobody has time to fight. Nobody has time for petty right now. Okay, everybody is doing the best they can do. So I want to go over the PPP with you. Okay, the PPP, the first program I want to talk to you about. This is what you want to do with PPP. Number one, there's $350 billion for small businesses under 500 employees. Guaranteed the chat right now is loading up with, the money's all gone. That's right. The money is all gone. It went to people that applied already, but there's going to be another round. There will be another round. You could, number two, access up to $10 million. Okay, while you're complaining about business and Corona and 5G and Wuhan and bats and Trump and the little dude, the doctor, okay? Fauci. There's up to $10 million per business. Number three, 4%. This is a 4%. You could get up to $10 million, up to 4%. Let me see if I understand this right, Jared, okay? 10-year maturity on any unforgiven amount.
Yeah, so basically what happens is if they qualify for a loan of $1 million, let's just say.
Yeah.
And if you follow the rules, 100% of the loan will be forgiven. Mm-hmm. But if you have money that is used for unqualified expenses, then that is financed at 4% for 10 years.
So understand that this is a 4% interest loan, 10-year maturity. That means you pay it by 2030. And it will be forgiven as long as it's applied payroll, mortgage expense, rent, and or utilities. One of those four or a combination of those four.
And 75% has to be used for payroll.
Okay, 75% of it has to be used for payroll. Now the check that I got, some of you have already figured out, was not the full $10 million. I didn't get it all, I got $2.7 million. So the first three checks that we got from the government was, I didn't know this was available 21 days ago, by the way. How would I know that? I started making my moves 21 days ago. I didn't know if I'd ever get money. It just showed up today. I was doing this webcast for you guys today. For those of you who just want to give me the benefit of the doubt, at least I'm telling you. I'm not bragging here. I'm just telling you what I did so you can know what to do. This is what I wanted as a kid. Show me, man, how you're doing this. Show me how you're buying the big house. Show me how do you get to be successful? How do the rich get richer? Show me. Like you guys don't hate on me because I'm showing you. I'm trying to show you what you could be doing right now, but you can't do this. You won't have time to do this if you're watching the media, if you're figuring out who to blame, if you're hating on other people, and if you're hoping for other people to fail. It's just impossible. All right? So, and if you're contracting, trying to protect your eggs because you're scared, and I understand that you're scared, but that's what I did in 2008. I contracted. I sat down, wrote a book, thought that was a big deal. Elena thought it was a big deal. Writing a book ain't gonna get you out of this deal. Selling the book will get you out of the deal, okay? Taking action will get you out of the deal, okay? Now, the other note on this PPP, I bet you're loading up right now, huh? They just asking questions like crazy right now. The fifth thing is, maybe, Jared, you get a computer where you can see some of it, too.
I got it right here.
Number 5, the eligible expenses paid in the first 8 weeks following the loan origination will be forgiven and canceled. That means over the next 8 weeks, if I understand this right. By the way, you need to be disciplined with money to receive this money. Over the next 8 weeks, that money will be forgiven and canceled if I use the money for payroll, mortgage expense, rent, and utilities, and 75% of that has to be on payroll. Okay? Now, what we did...
Just new guidance, the PPP, they just released this a few days ago that the PPP interest rate is 1%.
Okay,
it was updated guidance.
Yeah, the money got better. 1%. Okay, I'll take a 1% loan. So again, you got to figure out if you even qualify. Now, I'm not spending time watching what every person says about me on social media. I'm not watching every time Donald Trump does a 2-hour thing, even though I find him extremely entertaining. I'm like, hey, I need to learn this. This is all new for everybody. I was on the phone. I spent an hour this morning with an accountant trying to figure out what's called QIP. Look, if you're committed to expansion, you'll make the time. If you're thinking this is not going to be what maybe people are saying it's going to be, you're not going to do that because you're in denial still. Okay. First thing we did was contact the banker. Second thing we did was apply for access. Third thing we did was did the calculations. Fourth thing we did was received an SBA loan number. Fifth thing, opened a designated account for the proceeds to go into because we're like, send me the money to right here. They got to know where to send the money to. Number 6, supply documentation as requested by our bank, which means you need a banker to call. This is when a good banking relationship is good to have. And number 7, we got funding by whatever today is, mid-April.
Yeah, April 17th.
April 17th, okay? So while the world is making videos that Grant Cardone is going broke, the federal government is sending us money at the same time. While that's happening, I'm acting like we're broke, making calls like we're broke, making sure that we keep getting water out of the boat. And while we're getting water out of the boat, I got somebody plugging the boat and then somebody calling land saying, hey, we're going to get there and we need a room tonight. Okay, the max loan is equal. Just so you know, how much can you apply for? I think somebody's asking you right now.
Yeah, Jared. And if you guys got money already, post it in the comments. Like Kingdom Capital here in the comments said, we got PPP approval in 5 days, and then they got one check for $56K and another check for $65K.
Yeah, 250% of your average monthly payroll costs during a time period from February 19 to 6 June 30, 19, you get 250% of your average monthly payroll. So if your payroll is $20,000 times 250, you could get as much as, what is that? 2.5, right?
And there's qualifications, like you can only.
But don't worry about it. Just
yeah.
Dude, what you got to do is this. First thing you got to make is a decision. Okay? This isn't going to happen because you get lost in the words. It's going to happen because you file. Call the bank. I just gave you the 6 things you need. Contact the bank. Don't worry. You're not going to get anything if you don't first contact the bank. One thing at a time, show up, and then figure it out later. 2, apply for access. 3, call the bank. Hey, I know I qualify for PPA CARES Act. Okay. 2, I need to know how to apply for access. 3, you guys do the calculation for me. Help me with the calculations. Okay. Miscalculate, but do something. 4, I need an SBA loan number. Okay. 5, you open up a designated account with the bank so the proceeds can go there. 6, provide documentation, give them exactly what you need from last year. Hopefully you have some of that. I've been encouraging you guys to get a Grant Cardone license for a long time. If you had a Grant Cardone license, you got a business. Mm-hmm. If you work there, you're one employee, you could get at least 250% of whatever you've been paying yourself. Number 7, boom, you'd have your funding right now, okay? All right, real quick, we're going to give you some slides here, like what you need, the business returns, your payroll costs, your year-to-date payroll costs through February.
Yeah, and for a lot of you, like some of these calculations, and like I'm reading through the bills, like look at these are not easy things to read, and
show them this one,
they
Johnny,
can be
just
a little confusing.
Can they see that?
But your bank should have like a calculator for you. I know our bank gave us like an interactive calculator to plug in, and how many people made what. It's a little bit of work,
and this is not something like, if you're going to do this, like, don't quit calling your customers to do this.
Yeah. Dr. S says we got $225,000. Sal got $9,000 emergency relief money. No PPP yet.
Now the question is, what are you guys going to do with that money?
Debbie got $93K.
Okay, real quick.
$29K.
Yeah, that's awesome. People are getting money. Yeah. Okay, so don't think that you can't get money, because you can. You just got to decide, I'm going to go get the money. Who's got my money? Okay, in this case, the government's got it, and they want to give it away. This is a wartime distribution of funds. This is that big, okay? You need a W-2 summary, breakdown of payroll benefits, vacation, allowance for dismissal, health care benefits, retirement, copy of a 2019. Do not get overwhelmed by all this stuff.
One tip also that I've heard a lot of feedback on, the really big banks. I know a handful of people who have tried to go through really big banks, and it's taken a long time. The small banks are turning these around faster. So if you don't have an account at a big bank, maybe you go open an account at a smaller regional bank.
Okay, that's PPP. Okay, I told you guys I would give you this. Hopefully this is beneficial to you. Economic injury disaster loan. We haven't gotten any of this yet. I think we might have 10,000 coming, but economic injury disaster loan. It's available for expenses had disaster not incurred. Okay, now this is like hurricanes, tornadoes in the past. Nobody was expecting this to happen. I guarantee you, your company, your business could get access to the EIDL. You're available for expenses had a disaster not incurred. I think this is going to get expanded to something I was talking to my accountant about this morning, which will be put in place later. So keep your eyes open for that. Number 2, this includes payroll and other operating expenses. 3, emergency advance up to $10,000. Can you check with Sherry? I think we already got this.
This one?
The 10,000. This advance, by the way, does not need to be repaid. Okay? For those of you in our mentor program, we're going to be going over more of these things, and also like the QIP that's going to come out. The QIP is going to be investments in real estate and or anything that you can depreciate that is commercial in nature. Check this out, where you can offset 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019 taxes paid in, and actually go back and recapture taxes from the previous years. Okay. Now on these EIDLs, these are lower interest loans up to $2 million. So I think they're going to expand this with principal and interest deferment at the administration's discretion. It's going to be available to pay for expenses that could have been met had that disaster not incurred. So if there's some rent you couldn't pay, or something you couldn't do, or somebody you couldn't pay because of this, I think a lot of this SBA loan product called Economic Injury Disaster, or EIDL, will go that way. And we'll give you this. We'll give you all these slides when you
get the PowerPoint.
When you get the PowerPoint. The website's disasterloan.sba, I think .gov/ELEA, but it'll all be in the PowerPoint. Okay. All right. Now, what do? You got your government money. You picked up some government money. I'm working on 2 other strategies to grab some of this other money, particularly money affected or that would affect people that have paid taxes in the past. We haven't quite got all the data on that yet, so I want to wait until I'm clear on it, and also want to wait until I actually get money. There's no reason for me to come tell you what to do, and I hadn't done it myself. The best experience I can give you is the one that we're having, where it worked, or we tried this and it didn't work. So I told you what my mistakes were in 2008. That's what I started. Avoid the potholes. You don't need to do what I did. When I find something that wins, when I find something that works, I'm not bragging with you. I'm trying to share it with you to say, hey, this money just came in. I think it was a total of $3 million. $3 million in 21 days. If I did that every month, that'd be $36 million a year. Okay. I hope we never have to do any of this stuff again. This is ridiculous. Okay, go to work and tighten up. Now, what are you going to do now? You did your government thing. You applied. You did your research. You called your bank. What do you do now? You sit around and wait for the money? No. Now what you do is you go to work and you tighten the discipline, okay? What does that look like? This is go to work. Look, I'm working harder right now. Discipline. You got to get the discipline in now. You got to drive, demand, tighten discipline, demand results right now. Boss up right now. Demand results out of yourself. Demand results, okay? I don't mean you did a podcast. I don't mean that you did an Instagram. Demand results. What is the results? Oh, they're so happy with it. Everybody's so happy. Everybody loves me. Look, you cannot feed people because they commented that they love you. Okay? You can't feed people with likes. Do we ever measure those around here, Johnny?
No.
I've never measured likes. I love you guys commenting. I try to comment to all of you. But look, I can't feed anybody on comments. I cannot fund, go from 108 employees, bring back 40, go get another 100 after that on likes and comments, and people are happy. I did something last night. My wife's like, that was awesome what you did. Okay, I appreciate it. That's awesome. But man, I got to be sure that people are getting results. I'll give you, we were on a mentor call last night. Lisa Berry hits me at, I guess this is 8:19. Grant, you gave me an exercise last week. I made $2,500 the same day. Nola at 8:21. I made $500 from the same exercise. This is what matters. Okay? My legacy is to help you guys. My legacy is to help you. People will know me not because of my jet. They're not going to know me because of my books. They're not going to know me because of my bad haircut. They're going to know me. They're going to remember me because I helped them and their families. Nobody's going to remember what anybody said about me on social media, whether they like me or not. You want to tell them what we're doing on the mentor program? I thought we were going to do that somewhere around here. Okay?
Yeah, so basically what we have is a...
Let me just finish a couple of these real quick. Graham Anderson picked up $2,100 on our mentor program last night because what I got was I got them focused not on the government programs, but on what they could do, and we're helping them pick up their checks, what they could do to go get money while they wait for the state that you live in or the government to slow roll that money out because a lot of people are waiting for money and they're not getting it yet. Okay, here's Graham Anderson picked up $2,100 because of the exercise. You got any more of these, Jared? I'm looking at 3 pages.
Yeah.
Jesse, I made $3,500 in the first time I applied the exercise.
Let's see here. Matt, 26K.
Basil, 2,800.
Greg, 3K.
Jackal, $405. Sold some
Dennis,
stuff.
2,000.
Lofi, Chortini. These people are in our mentor program.
Girl,
$12,000. Okay, the same week. This is this week, folks. This isn't 6 months ago before Corona.
Mike closed a $650,000 deal.
Emilio Bertinato, $4,000 in commissions.
Perla closed a $30,000 deal.
Perla, $30,000. I'm looking at the same thing right now. $9,000 from Miguel Gomez. Now, why are we telling you that? This isn't about me making money. This is about them making money. And by the way, none of this was government money. So I'm just trying to balance out. Okay, that's the government thing. Maybe you can't even get the government money. These people are making money, okay, because we're giving them exercises each week and saying, hey, go to work and tighten down the discipline and do this one thing.
And so basically what we're doing is we are taking people through a combination of educational modules in Cardone University and then combining that with weekly coaching that takes place on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. It's an unbelievable call with a lot of really, really amazing people who are all trying to do their best in the situation right now. So you're going to get full access to the mentoring calls. There's 6 weeks of mentoring program plus some that have been recorded. The remaining are live. You're going to get 6 weeks access to Cardone University for free. You're going to get access to a private Facebook community exclusively for our mentees where 7 days a week you're going to be able to connect with all of the other folks in the program. You know, part of what we talk about is that the environment that you keep, the people you keep around you, the things that are coming in, given all the bad news, you have to control all that, and a good group of people to be around will help do that. So that Facebook group has become one of the most valuable elements of this program that we do. We have those weekly exercises. You get your liability assessments, all the worksheets, your asset assessments, a rebuild of your product offer worksheet, and then also we're going to go through a power-based.
We'll show it to you. We'll show it to them later. If you guys want to take advantage of that, grab it. If
Just
not,
click
no
the link
problem.
below. Yeah.
It's all good. Look, I'm here to help you either way. If you want me to help you over the next 6 weeks, we can. We'll give you Cardone U to support you. I spent 2 hours last night, from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock.
Well, you did from 8 to 9, just teaching, and then from 9 to 10, only Q&A.
Yeah, so I can't
awesome.
promise you that
Q&A
every
was
week,
awesome.
but we do promise you 1 hour every week, part of a really tight group of people that are like, okay, how do I go to work and get discipline? Okay, number one, you guys need to have daily meetings right now. If you're by yourself, just like working out, I need to work out every day. I've been 3 days without a workout. I was in a hotel in Clearwater. I had a gym. The gym got shut down. The city comes in, you cannot have a gym anymore. So, okay, good. So I told the hotel, send some equipment to my room. Now I'm home, I don't have anything. So now I got to reconnect to my workouts. Just like you guys need to work out for your team. If your team's remote, in Cardone U this week, we're dropping content, how you can remotely train your people and have daily meetings, including, how many Zoom meetings do we have in a week right now?
Every day.
Every morning, we have a Zoom meeting with 108 people every single day. When we bring the other 40 back, it'll be 148 people. Then it'll go to 200 people. So if we can't meet with people in person, we meet them daily. Daily meeting is mandatory unless you're working a deal. And let me tell you something, you better get that deal if you're not at the meeting. Number two, training daily. Completely different thing. The reason we're still doing good, I just did a call with a buddy of mine in London. He's like, hey man, how are you keeping the culture in place? When's that going to be up, by the way, the remote training? How to keep people remote, how to keep the discipline in, how to keep the...
It will be, it's shot now. They're uploading it now.
So we're uploading this content for all of you out there that are on Cardone U. You're going to see all this content. You're going to see it start to be released to you. How to train daily, how to use the role play daily, training daily in CU, okay, and role playing. How do I role play? What do I role play? A guy used to tell me to go to the golf course. He's like, you need to practice beforehand. Okay, I went there and practiced. Guess what? All I did was practice the same bad swing I had. I didn't even know how to practice. You got to know how to role play and how to train. Number three, daily reporting. If you do number one and number two and you don't do daily reporting, you're doing nothing. Daily reporting is about accountability. People want accountability, believe it or not. They want to know somebody's looking at what they did. Trust me, people like that. They want it. And they're not going to ask for it. But they do want, show me your work. Daily reporting. Daily reporting has now become hourly. The more important the report is, the sooner you'll get it. There's sometimes where we'll take an hourly report and say, I need it in 15 minutes. I need a 15-minute timeline on that. Number four, our design and web teams. If you have any kind of internet e-commerce, design and web teams now, when they give us a team report, I'll have this graphic, I'll have this URL, I'll have this landing page. I need a date and a time. Okay. Typically, I don't let them give that to me. I give it to them. Number five, zero tolerance on policies. We are tighter now. If some of you in the mentor program and the boot camp, some of you that are in our 10x360 program, your businesses that we're working with, you guys come here 3 or 4 times a year and visit with us at our boot camps. If you think we were strict the last time you were here in January, oh my God, we're zero tolerance. There is zero tolerance in the environment right now. Number six, you got to continue to sell the acceptance. You got to continue to sell total acceptance. Some of you that have been following me knows what that means. This is magic. I'm telling you, it's magic. Get to worst case scenario and love it. Embrace that the world is coming to an end. Okay? It's why we got off to a fast start. Those who follow the advice I'm sharing with you, I promise you, listen to me. I promise you, you will come out of this bigger, stronger, and more confident if you just say, hey, I'm going to follow Uncle G on this. This crisis will prove to be a rebirth for you. The bad news you hear will become unbelievable news, okay? Now, speaking of bad news, right now, the first thing you can do with your people right now, some of you heard me say this, you need to take the bad news, bad news, you need to get some good news. This thing has really gotten hard to work with.
Yeah.
And you need to get some worse news. I do this with my kids. I got some good news, I got some bad news, and I got the end of the world coming for you. Okay? Which one you want? You see, whatever problems you guys had in February, whatever problems I had in February 5th, I would trade every one of those for this situation. I'd be like, I'll take all those problems back for this coronavirus thing. And some of you are getting used to the corona thing. You're actually starting to settle in. It's going to be all right. We're going to be fine. Man, you don't understand where you're at in the process. You're settling for bad news. You're getting used to it. The frog is getting cooked. How do you cook the frog? To 212 degrees. At 212, he boils. How do you do it? You get him used to it. You start him at 78. You raise it 2. He gets to 80, then 81, then 84, and the next thing you know, you boiled him. You guys are going to get used to this. If you do get used to this, you're going to get drug out. And on the other side of this contraction, this depression, you're going to be worse off, not better off. If you're committed to being better off, on the mirror at my house, I will be bigger, I will be better, and I will be more unstoppable as a result of this crisis. No virus is going to stop us. Okay, these are the 4 levels you need to go through right now. Number 1, the world and the economy as you know it. Continue to sell this to your people. The world and the economy as you know it, knew it, as you had it, has come to an end. Number 2, bad news, you're not going to die. Okay. Number 3, you will get through this. Okay. Number 4, you will not be the same. You will not be the same. I don't know if it's going to be better or worse for you. It's going to be either worse or it's going to be better, but it will not be the same. It's up to you guys. You got to figure out how to make the moves that the people that in 1929 that were wealthy, why in 1940 did they become wealthier? In 1973, when I was getting out of high school, why did so many people in this country go broke? And then the wealthy, wham, had another sprout. Why does it keep happening like that? Okay? So, you know what it is? Never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever. Jared knows what I'm going to say. Never waste a crisis. There's things that happen in crisis that never happen in any other situation. But this requires discipline, commitment, resources, energy, courage, okay? When you respond to a crisis, you can have five responses, okay? Number 1, denial. You can just deny that it's happened. You have to know these. If you're a manager of a team, okay, the manager of a company, if you're an executive management, if you're an executive senior or boss, you have to know what people are going through. Number 1, if you're married, your spouse is going through denial right now. They're in shock. They can go in shock and come out of shock and go back to shock again. 2, people are angry. Listen to them. All you got to do is watch them online. You got people hating on people. What's the guy that made the $2 billion?
Bill Ackman.
Bill Ackman. Bill Ackman he makes a $28 million bet, $28 million gamble, makes $2 billion. He's going undercover, hasn't he? He just hid, okay? I'm telling you, the entire world wants to kill this guy. They want to drag him behind their truck. They move to hate. People are blaming China. Maybe China did, I don't know. It's just not going to improve my situation one way or the other. So you need to know when you're recognizing your friends, people hating on me on social media. Some of you got sucked into it. Started passing it around, okay? It's just anger. They're scared and they're angry. Anger is a form of scared, by the way. And I understand we're all scared. Bargaining, okay? It's not going to be that bad. I think we got to quit using this at some point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think I'm just doing too hard. I'm too hard on it.
It could be those pens, the tip.
Number five, depression, grief. I can't get out of bed, okay? I went through grief on this thing, okay? I'm going to tell you a little secret about me. Nobody knows this. My wife doesn't know it. Jared doesn't know it. Sherry doesn't know it. Now you're going to know it. The whole world's going to know it all at one time. When this thing hit, the first thing that went through me was like, God damn, man, I was that close. I had all this stuff about to happen. I had everything lined up perfectly. I told Ryan Secco, I'm like, dude, we're that far from cracking the code. And, okay, I literally went into so much grief about it. I'm like, why me? Is this whole thing about taking something out of me? That's when you don't want to get out of bed. You don't have the energy. You don't have the focus. Things get foggy. You want to have some liquor. You want to hit the wine. You want to smoke the herb. You want to feel better. Okay. Number 5, acceptance. Okay. Acceptance means this. Okay. Acceptance is this. How do you know you're in acceptance? Okay. Accept tense. Okay. You will ask for help. Number 1 thing you'll do is this. Help me right now. I'm drowning. Dude, I'm drowning. I'm not even trying anymore, okay? I'm like, help. See, ego's gone, stripped away. Please help me. And you're taking action. Help me. Throw a rope, I take it. See, right now, you got people, the old thing about, the guy was drowning. He's in New Orleans. Katrina comes. He's on the roof of his house. Mm-hmm. God, please help me. They send a boat. He's like, no, God, please help me. I'm waiting on God. Okay? They send in a helicopter to pick him up. He says, no, I'm waiting on God. The guy drowns, goes to heaven. You don't believe in heaven, do you? Okay, yeah, goes to heaven. God, why didn't you help me? He's like, dude, I sent a boat and I sent a helicopter. God dang. You didn't take either one of them. What's wrong with you? Acceptance. I need help. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the help that you get offered does not look like what you think it should. Help should do 2 things. 1, they should have experience, and 2, they should be able to help you develop a strategy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Can I answer a quick question?
Yeah,
here?
Go ahead.
Shane's asking, how do I use the money from the program if I don't have employees and my business doesn't earn any income? They're very specific about the calculator that calculates how much money you qualify for, and it's based off of payroll, utilities, rent.
Yeah, what Jared's saying is you're probably
you won't pass the underwriting phase of this.
Yeah, but if you did pass the underwriting stage and you did not have, like, let's say they gave you $25,000, the question everybody should be asking, just a version of his question is, how do I manage that money? What do I use it for? Would I still want it? If you can give me money at 1%, I want that money. Okay, this is 6 pages of people in our mentor program that made money because we gave them a specific, simple strategy. Some of these people made $500 in 3 days after we gave them the exercise. Here's a man, Pat Nauer, took me 24 hours. I got $750. Rosa Ramirez, I picked up $100 in less than 12 hours. Tyler Plitzmiller, I got $500 in 2 hours. Like, these people were not doing this, okay? They're all like, this was magical, okay? How do you respond to crisis? You expand into it with a strategy, okay? Now, to get to acceptance will say, I want help. To get there, number 1, get really honest. 2, assess your current situation and worst case scenario. Many of you have heard, I buy apartments like this. I manage my financial situation like this. My banker called me up today. He's like, hey, I saw the video that you're going bankrupt. He's like, if people only knew, okay, the reason I have the financial situation that I have is I always use a worst case scenario. Everything.
Ultra conservative.
I am the most conservative, financially conservative person you know. Why? I don't mean that I'm conservative because I don't spend money. It's because I take worst case scenarios. How much money would I need to manage the worst recession in the history of the world? And Jared and I, Sherry, Ryan, my company, we have been planning for this thing for at least 10 years. Worst case scenario. How much dough would I need? How much cash? How many reserves? How many liabilities could I have? How much debt could I afford to own? How much could I afford to take on the real estate, okay? Before I'm like, oops, we got a problem here. That's why I don't take the amount of loan that the bank typically offers me, all right? So you got to assess your current situation. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this, by the way, so don't be patient. Stay with me. Don't go anyplace. 3, you got to assess your resources and liabilities, okay? This is number 2. Number 3, assess resources and liabilities. What are resources? People are resources. Partners are resources. Customers are resources. Accounts receivables are resources. Things that are paid for are resources. Equipment are resources. Space is resources. Zoom video is a resource. Webinars, intelligence, products, PowerPoints, old speeches. You got so many resources you guys are just not ignoring. I got a bunch of inventory that's not selling. Good. Let me take it from $100 to $10. People are like, why are you selling stuff that's worth $50 for $10? Because it's worth $10 right now.
You know, it's funny. It's like, you know, when you have food in your cabinet at home,
Yeah.
and you're like, not really gonna eat that. And then you get to a point, when I was single, and I'd get to this point all the time, where like you'd come home one night, you'd be hungry, and all of a sudden, that thing you had in the cabinet started looking pretty good.
I'm gonna eat it now.
I'm gonna eat it now.
Or how about that banana? The banana that's going, it's getting bad. What are you gonna do with it? Okay, well look, if you're rich,
eat around the brown, baby.
If you're rich, throw it away. But if you Johnny, you're like, I think I'm gonna put that in the freezer. We're gonna have that for a smoothie. Resources. Right now, you guys need to conserve your resources. That really includes people, by the way. Okay. Liabilities. What liabilities can I not afford anymore? This includes people. Liabilities. Jared's going to look up the definition here in a second, okay? Liabilities are not just credit cards and car payments and what you owe in your house.
Liability is a thing for which someone is responsible for, especially a debt or financial obligation.
Good. But just stay with the first part. A thing someone is responsible for. My 2 kids, liability. 150 employees, liability. 8,000 tenants, liability. Property taxes, liability. Debt, liabilities, okay? Reputation, liability. So look, I don't do it.
This is also another good definition of liability. A person or thing whose presence or behavior is likely to cause embarrassment or to put one at a disadvantage.
Read it again.
A person or thing whose presence or behavior is likely to cause embarrassment or put one at a disadvantage.
My wife's like, you're a liability. Based on that definition, Grant Cardone, you're a liability, okay? Because I have embarrassed my family before, okay? Okay, number 4, create an action plan. Create an action plan. What's your action plan? Create action plan, okay? What are we going to do? And by the way, it don't need to be the right plan. It needs to be the plan. And the plan needs to be pushed through. If the plan is pushed through enough, it will work. So all of you out there, managers, quit agreeing with your people that it didn't work. It always works if it's pushed through. If the idea is pushed on hard enough, idea, even bad one, will always work. It is never the consumer that decides whether the product, the idea, the offer is good. If you try the idea with enough people, it will work. You just got to get behind the idea. Well, it didn't work. Every time you say it didn't work, just remember this. You didn't work the idea, because the idea will work. Number 5, take action. I'm talking to Jared on that last line, by the way, okay? Because we had this thing I wanted to do, and we didn't get it pulled off, and it's killing me that we didn't do it. It's something all of you ought to be doing, by the way. If you email Jared at grantcardone.com, just nail him. Hey, what was Grant talking about? Okay, it's called a future close. You reach into the future and pull money out of the future to right now. Jared at grantcardone.com.
Better yet, text your question to Grant at...
Okay. 5, take action and demand results. Okay, you got to take action and demand results. What's the numbers every day? What's the numbers? Jared just texted to me every day. What's the numbers? Up or down, up or down, up or down, up or down. Get them up, get them up, get them up. Demand results. We got to come in early. We got to make more calls. We got to find more people to call. What do we got to do? No excuses. This needs to be a no excuse environment. Crisis becomes opportunity. Crisis to the future you. Okay, hit me DM me. Dude, I am committed to being great through this. You want to get on the other side of this? 6 responses you can have right now. Number 1, do nothing. Passive. 2, be a spectator and watch. Every person right here, including me, has done both number 1 and number 2 in the last 3 days. Number 3, contract, pull back, get scared, hunker down. Okay, you can do that for seconds, you can do it for minutes, you can do it for hours, you can do it for days, you can do it for months. 4, become a victim. Make excuses and blame other people. Every time you blame someone else, every single time you become a victim of that situation. Number 5, you can be the cheerleader. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Okay? You could be the cheerleader and the spectator. You could be number 2 and number 5. Oh, you did it wrong. You did it wrong. And then, oh, I'm behind you. I'm behind you. How many of you know people like this? Oh my God, that was wrong. You shouldn't have done that. And then sitting up, I'm pulling for you. I'm like, dude, I'm confused. Okay? Like, you know, are you Howard Cosell or are you the cheerleader that we're going home with? Number 6, and the only one that you should be doing is a 10x attack. Not on others, but on your targets. Okay? Not on nonsense, on targets. What's my target? Who do I need to talk to? What bank do I need to talk to? What banker do I need to talk to? What real estate guy do I need to talk to? What broker do I need to talk to? What client do I need to talk to? What CEO do I need to talk to? How can I reach Donald Trump? How can I reach Congress? How can I get in front of a governor? All my time and energy right now needs to be 100% persistent, not spurts and spikes, persistent, constant, consistent, massive action from me and others around me, okay? You're starting over. Starting over means to begin again. Okay? It means to begin again. It means a return to the beginning. Who's ready? Who's ready to start over? Because that's what we're doing right now. Everybody's starting over. The entire country is going to reboot, restart. When you're starting over, you got to accept it's a fact of life. It happens. Okay? I'm starting over right now. My wife is starting over right now. Johnny is starting over. We've all taken hits over here. Right, Johnny? How bad it hurt, Johnny?
Not as bad as it could have.
Not as bad as it could have.
Because, see, he's bargaining. He needs to say, dude, it hurt. Johnny's a fisherman, right? He goes fishing, he puts a hook in his finger. How is it, Johnny? It's all right, it's fine. Yeah, but it hurt, man, it hurt. Truth is, you guys got to be honest, man. When you get cut, it hurts. Okay? But starting over is a fact of life. Sometimes I got to go backwards for a second so that I can advance. Number 2, new beginnings are non-negotiable. They are part of a cycle of life. You have to lose something. It's the bougainvillea. I got to cut the bougainvillea for it to sprout. Same thing with a hibiscus.
Here he goes, dude.
Hibiscus, man.
He's getting on the horticulture.
I'm a green thumb guy. Look, the hibiscus, if you cut it, it'll pop again. You got to cut it. 3, the longer you fight, the more painful this becomes. 4, to start over, you have to give something up. If you want to change, Jared.
You got to change.
And what's the first thing required in a change, Jared?
A decision.
What's the decision?
Do I want to change?
Nah, there's something else.
Am I committed?
You got to give something up.
Give something up.
You guys got to give something up. Okay? For me, when I was 25 years old, first thing I had to give up was, dude, I don't know how to do this. Okay? And I think, Jared, what I want to do is I want to show people how we can assist them and help them right here, if they can see the actual offer.
Okay.
If you want to change, I don't think Johnny's got it set up to show, though.
Yeah, he does.
He does?
Yeah.
Can you get him to do that? So if you want to change, folks, you have to give something up. I want you to give up some time for the next 6 weeks. Spend an hour with me. On Thursday night, Jared?
Thursday nights at 8 p.m.
Thursday night, and can we set it up to where you could have we could have a little kickoff with them tomorrow for anybody that signs up right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So starting tomorrow at 1 o'clock, we'll get you acclimated to what we're going to be doing over the 6 weeks. I want you to give up 1 hour a week for the next 6 weeks to start over, to change. No one ever changes if they don't give something up. Okay. If you want this crisis to be the best thing that's ever happened to you, rather than the worst thing that's ever happened to you, join me 1 hour a week, 6 weeks, and Jared's going to tell you exactly what we're going to give you. You got to give this up, though. Give up 1 hour, full attention. 2, you got to give up being right. Be open to learning something new. And 3, you got to give up the idea that you can do this by yourself. Nothing in my life, when I was 25 coming out of a treatment center, I didn't do it by myself. When I was 30 years old and became a professional speaker, I needed help. I did not know how to do that. How would I know how to do that? 2008, when I asked for help, that's when my life changed, okay? So if you guys really want to go to the next level, you want to become a superstar, you want to get on the other side of this in a big way, not a little way, ask for help, give me an hour, surrender 1 hour. Surrender being right, okay? And surrender that you can do this by yourself, okay? Jared, tell them about it.
So basically, this is an opportunity for you to spend 6 weeks with us, week by week, going through a specific education track where we go deep into Cardone University and have you cover content that is related to sales basics, theory, communication, sales process, prospecting, phones, building a pipeline, putting you in a situation where you can actually go out and create. That's what sales is. Sales is creating an opportunity. And the stronger you are at creating an opportunity rather than having to spend money to get a lead, not that that isn't a valid way of creating an opportunity, but
I want to show them because you don't have it there and he doesn't have it there, so they can't see it. Because we have all these files in here.
They're right there.
Okay, yeah, but he doesn't have it. See, because it didn't get. So,
I can show it to him right
oops.
now.
Oh, you can, Johnny?
You click through it, I can show it to him.
Dang, Johnny, there we go, man. There we go, man. So, Johnny, just go back. I want to show them what they're getting here. We can't do this for everybody, by the way. So, and we'll start tomorrow. This says 6 weeks, but we'll kick it off tomorrow with me and Jared at what 1 o'clock?
yeah.
1 o'clock Saturday. Today's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Jared, myself, Brandon Dawson will be there. Richard Dolan. You can expect to see Dave Robards there. Todd Straw, Sherry Hamilton. My wife will be there. We want to spend 6 weeks with you going over exactly what we're doing right now to get you where you should be, okay? We're going to include Cardone University for 6 weeks. That's Cardone University, all new Cardone University. If you're on Cardone University, you're seeing some images here you've never seen before. Also, you're going to get the PPP program. You're going to get the stimulus program that we're dropping in, the unemployment information that we're putting in. We're dropping in new content, as well as Brandon Dawson's bringing in some startup information. Those of you who join will be able to be with us tomorrow for a 7th session before Thursday, so we can kick you off and be part of a Facebook networking community, as well as get the exercises, the worksheets, the liability assessments that I talked about, asset assessments, product offer worksheet, power-based customer list worksheet. All these things we're going to be giving you exercises over the 6 weeks. And we're going to do what you normally pay $4,500 for. We're going to do this for $997 during the broadcast today. In addition to that, we're going to give you Cardone University till the end of the year, or till the 10X Growth Conference.
And just 12 months.
Yeah. So let's just do it until our next 10X Growth Conference, which will be in Vegas. We'll give you access to it rather than just 6 weeks to support you with new content as we release it. Okay. Also, we want to take the first 40 people and invite you to come to Miami before the end of the year, free. Okay. So you'll come to Miami, and Johnny's going to show you what it looks like when people come to our 10X headquarters into our classroom.
So the mentor program has helped us. We put our whole team on it to grow their mindset, and so far already up over 59% of last year.
I joined the mentorship program on November 1st of this year, and I did $138,000 in that month. And then this month, only 10 days in, already did $120,000 in revenue.
As we were on track to do just over $120,000. Last month in November, we closed 54.5, which has put us up to almost $200,000 this year.
Before joining the mentor program, I went from $850K in sales last year to this year. I'll probably finish right around 1.3.
In the 30 days I've been in the mentorship program, a month that normally is a slow season, with the tips and techniques that I've learned through the program, I've seen over 200,000 in sales.
If you can't make other people rich, you're never going to get rich. And the website is, back to me, Johnny, grantcardone.com/mentor, grantcardone.com/mentor. I'm just going to read, this is just from last night. Okay, I got this today. Made $180 for sure, and $500 is pending. This is from Aurelio. Jen Carmona, $1,000 in 15 hours. This is one exercise, 1 week. So if you guys want to make more money, you want to get through this, if you're ready for help, if you're ready to get help, if you're ready to turn a crisis into an opportunity, I want to help you, okay? I'm on every one of the calls. There's not a call I have not been on. So you can expect 6 of those from me when you come to our headquarters, anytime you want to come. If you're in Australia, you're in London, you're in Dubai, you're right here in Miami, you're in Chicago, whenever. We're going to be open next month for business. As long as the government allows us, we're going to have a classroom. Every month we have at least one of these, and most months we have 2 of them. So whenever it's good for you, you can come. $150 in 12 hours. I picked up $100 the next day, $120 by 10 a.m. This is the first exercise we gave them. $212 so far. Yes, I did $300. I picked up $280 in 4 hours. $375. Mark Jean in Los Angeles. $700 for insurance. $580 selling some masks. $1,200 Gennaro Valdez. So again, there is a solution, folks. Something can be done about the situation we all is in, and we all in this together. So I could do this free. Billie Jean said, why don't you just do it for free, man? You're rich enough. I'm like, the problem with that, Billie Jean, is when it's free, nobody pays attention. And then they don't show up. Okay, so you guys need to have some skin in the game. By the way, that $997 is tax deductible. If you have a small business, it would go a long way with the IRS, the PPP, the stimulus program, the IEDL. Is it IEDL? To say, hey, look what I'm trying here. I'm spending money to get my business afloat. So get honest with yourself. Assess your current situation. Access your resources, your liabilities. These are some of the things we'll be going through over the weeks. Create a specific action plan for you. Then we're going to hold you accountable to do that so that you're not passive, you're not a spectator, you're not contracting, you're not a victim, and you're not just a cheerleader, but you're a freaking beast. Okay, links below if you want to grab that, all right? If you want to grab it, great. If you don't want to grab it, no problem. If you don't have the money right now, man, I understand. I get it. A lot of people suffering right now. You got to decide what's an asset, what's a resource, what's an asset, what's a liability. You got to decide, crisis is going to kick my ass, or am I going to turn this into an opportunity in my lifetime? What am I going to do? What am I going to do to convert this? Because $997 is not anybody's problem. I don't care who you are, where you are, where you are in the world. Johnny, they can see me right now, right? No matter where you are in the world, how bad your situation is right this second, $9.97 ain't your problem. Your health's your problem. Energy's your problem. Courage is your problem. Seeing it through is your problem. Sticking with it is your problem. I know some of you want to sign up right now, but you don't believe you'll stick through it. That's why we're going to be with you the entire 6 weeks, starting tomorrow at 1 o'clock for the first 40 people. Okay? So you guys just got to let me know when we get those first 40, all right? When you know and somebody tells you, then I'll know.
No.
Okay.
We've got like 3 more people, and then we're done.
Okay. So we got, is that it?
Yeah.
Only 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 more, and then it's done.
Okay. To begin, a return to the beginning. Starting over is a fact of life. It's not negotiable. The longer you fight, the more painful it's going to be. To start over, you got to give up something. I'm begging you. Give me 1 hour a week to mentor you. It is my mission to mentor people, okay? I want to be the guy for you that wasn't there for me when I was a kid, okay? You got to get honest right now. You got to discipline yourself. You got to take yourself to zero. What does that mean? Everybody's asking me, dude, what's to take yourself to zero mean? Okay? Take yourself to zero means I'm going to take all my assets and I'm going to convert them to zero. So if I have $100,000 in a cash account, and I got an IRA. I got $100K here. I got $200K here. I got cash accounts with 50 in them, and I got a government check coming for 20 grand. I'm not going to act like I got money. Take yourself to zero. Do not act like that's money. This is not going to get you through this. The only thing that's going to get you through this is ACTION. And that action has to be consistent. I'll promise you, folks, we're getting ready to go into massive inflation in this country. And that 300, 350, 370,000, it's going to go away that quick. It's nothing. That's why I'm always operating with this sense of urgency. Billie Jean yesterday's like, dude, why are you still pushing? I know you can't lose the plane. You can't lose the real estate. It's impossible. Why are you still pushing? Because I'm always going to zero. Mentally, in my mind, going to zero. So when an event like this happens, I'm like, oh, I know how to go get money. So take yourself to zero now. You understand? Don't get rid of all your money. You don't need to do that. Take yourself mentally to zero. 4, define what is important. You know what I mean by that? Number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Me and Jared talk about this all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? If it's a 1 and a 2, you buy it. I have to have it. I have to. It is a must. We have to have it. Maybe it's an asset at the house. It's an asset. It's something we own. I have to have it. This I kind of must have, okay? It's not absolutely necessary, but it's like, you know, we kind of must have that most of the time. We might need it. Number 3, maybe. It's not absolutely necessary. This is absolute, okay? Gotta have it. Not negotiable. Must have it. This is, you know, I could do without it, but I must have it, but I don't have to have it, okay? This is a maybe, this is no, and this is stupid, okay? 4 and 5, you get rid of them. 3, you get rid of it. The only thing you spend money on right now is number 1 and number 2, and I'll give you a little trick. If it can produce money, it immediately, if it has the potential, even a remote possibility to produce customers or money, number 1 and number 2 get moved up a notch, okay? If it has the potential, this watch has no potential to make money. Well, actually, I could make money because it's paid for. So I could actually convert this to cash if I needed more cash. I don't need more cash. So, okay, I love my watch. I'm not getting rid of it. And I don't need to. I'm not in that situation. But if you're in the shit right now, if you're in the situation, you have to confront your money. You and your wife have to confront what needs to go. I'll promise you, you got stuff at your house that would generate cash today, so you could rebuild your business for tomorrow. To change, you got to change something. Change something. I got to change something, which means what? I got to get rid of something in order to add something. And the reason people are such a mess in this country is they just keep adding stuff. Go to their house. Look at all the tchotchkes. Tchotchkes? What are they called? Tchotchkes. Look at all the stuff people buy. Okay? Look at the storage. People have storage. Look, go to apartments. Thank you. Go to apartments and look at people keeping stuff on their balconies that they don't even use. I'm like, dude, sell it right now. Produce cash. Take the cash. Convert it to an ad. Spend money on marketing. Turn that old bicycle, the motorcycle, the furniture you got, the sofa you hate, whatever, man. Convert stuff into assets. Take the assets or cash, convert it to advertising. Money by itself, money sitting in my pocket's no good. I need to convert this to something that works for me, okay? Get rid of this stuff and help the nurses, the policemen, the firemen. We just fed bought 18,000 meals for the city of Aventura. We converted junk, converted to cash, gave them the 18 grand so they could buy meals for firemen and policemen and nurses and police people. Okay, number 5, make a list of all your assets and your liabilities. You guys loving this? Okay, they loving it? Make a list of every asset you have. I don't know if I have those sheets. I don't have them with me. I had it in my house last night. Sorry, don't worry about it. Make a list of make your own list of all your assets, every asset you have. You're going to be shocked. You probably need to do this 3 or 4 times to get them all, and then make a list of all your liabilities. You do not need an accountant. You do not need a bookkeeper to do this. You can do it on your own. 6, inventory your clock. 12, 3, 6, 9, okay? What are you doing with this time? Now more than ever, you guys need to get to like 5-minute blocks. I used to do 15-minute blocks. The more urgent, the scarier, the more terrified I am, the more I need to get down to like, bang, I got 5 minutes. This meeting's 5 minutes, okay? It starts right now. It is 4:40. This thing's over at 4:45. I don't care how brilliant somebody gets. If you're going to get brilliant right now in the first 4 minutes. These meetings are lasting too long. You guys are talking about too much bullshit. Nobody cares. I don't need to know it. I don't need more thinking. I need more action. And this is what we're going to do for you for the next 6 weeks. No. Knock it off. Get to it, okay? If you want somebody to push you and say, hey, I can get done more in 5 minutes than most people can get done 1 hour. Why? Because I'm like, boom, I'm going to compress time. Time is money. So inventory your time right now. If you guys want to grab this, I don't know if there's a link there, Johnny. Okay, click right below. Take advantage of this, folks. The first 40 people that sign up, we're gonna. Do we have room? Okay, we're gonna add room. Okay, just add room. Okay, we got a classroom for 100 people back there, so you'll get to come back. You'll get to come here and meet our advertising team. You'll get to meet our marketing team. Our internet team. You'll get to meet me, Johnny, Jared, David, Todd, the real estate. You'll get to see our morning meeting if you want to get here at 9 o'clock in the morning. But right now, we got time. What does time equal, Jared?
Money.
Time is money, man. Nobody walks around saying money is time. Money is time. Can you imagine? Money is time. No, it isn't. Time is money. Time is money. The only person that does not think time is money is Cole. Give me that clip from Watch.
Oh, yeah. J. Cole. Yeah.
J. Cole says time is not money.
Yeah.
Okay. He's wrong. Find that clip. You gonna find it for me? I got it on my phone. Okay. 7, inventory all your contacts. Inventory every contact you have. Jared has this whole spreadsheet we do in our mentor calls. That we'll be doing in a call with you actually, okay, where we actually go over all the contacts. You have that sheet? You had it for me earlier and I dumped it. You had it, you delivered it to me, okay? Warm calls, cold calls, starting with your database, family, friends, relatives, uncles, aunts. He gives you the entire list of how to build all your contacts because let's face it, okay, if time is money, you got to ask yourself who got your money? Okay, how am I going to use my time to get to who has my money? Because let's face it, if you're 0, yeah, I saw it this morning, you emailed it to me. It's all right if you don't find it, okay? But somebody has the money. It's a person that has the money. So we're going to inventory your time, and then we're going to inventory all your contacts. Number 8, you got to make hard decisions every day. on this clock. All right, I don't have time for that. I got to drop that. This is not the time for that. Okay, I don't have time to sit and watch 2 hours. Yeah, I'd love to. I love that movie. I like that. I love just kicking. I don't have time for that right now. You have to really, really make hard decisions right now and really, like I said in number 2, get your discipline in. Number 9, make a list of who or what you're willing to give up on right now. Number 9, who and what are you willing to give up on? Who? Just find that one line though. Who and what are you willing to give up on? There's somebody in your life that is now a liability for you. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, they were an asset. Today, they're not. They're a liability for you. Okay, when things were good, everybody was making money, the world was expanding. Hey, that's fine, we can hang out together. Today, they're a liability, okay? Why? Because they are maybe in anger or denial or refusing, bargaining. Maybe they're in grief. They're not. You need to wait till they get to an acceptance. When they get number 10 on the same page with you, and you guys can fly on the same page as a rocket ship. Okay. So create a priority list right now. What's important? What's not important? People you can't afford in your life. People you can't afford right now in your life. What do you need? What might you need? Remember our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. What do you absolutely don't need in your life? Cut it out and start making decisions about how to do that, okay? There, we can show them the asset and liability sheet. Johnny, can you show them this? So here's your asset and liability worksheet, okay? The same things might be on one sheet that's on the liability sheet. Could be on your asset sheet, a car, a house, employees.
I just can't print it. Like
products, pricing. Pricing, what do I mean by products and pricing? Your pricing yesterday could have been an asset for you, and today it may be a liability for you. So I'll give you an example. Yeah, it's fine. No, he's got it up there. He's got it up there. Let me give you an example of how my pricing or my products, my inventory. Just give me any example, Jared, or do I make one up? Just make one up. Okay. So, thank you. I'm going to give you an example of a product that we had on our website.
Playbook to Millions.
Okay, we had a Playbook to Millions. It's $2,995.
Big thick binder.
Big thick. It's 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, it probably costs $20 to ship it. Can't get it any other place in the world.
I think it costs us $48 to print it.
More valuable right now than it's ever been in my career. I'm like, hey, sell it for $48. We have 40 of them. Well, Grant, why would you do that? Because I want somebody going to my store. It's an asset that's actually a liability. Why is it a liability? One, we don't even have anybody here to take care of everything. I can't even come to my company. We can't even protect all our products. It's just sitting there rotting. Let's push it out to people and get people with material right now where we can help people. My asset is the ability to help somebody go up right now, not picking up another $100 or $1,000. So we took this product, reduced it to $48, okay? Sold all 40 of them the same day. What did I do? Why did I do that? By the way, those people that bought something, almost every one of them bought something else while they were in my store. We used it to drive activity, okay? So pricing, okay? Let's say I got pricing on a product where we had a product that was $1,500 a month.
Thank you.
And $4,000 startup fee.
They say time is money, but really it's not. If we ever go broke, girl, then time is all we got.
Who sent it to you?
Manny.
Okay, so check it out. $1,500 a month was our offer. $4,000 for a startup fee. This was 4 days into this COVID-19 crisis. And I said, hey guys, anybody here, I had an executive meeting on a Monday. Tuesday, we made a decision to get rid of some people. Thursday, we got rid of them. Friday, we had a meeting with my staff that we kept. I wish I could have kept everybody. Okay, I can't say that enough times. I really can't say it enough times. Like I wish I could keep everybody, and I wish I could go hire everybody back right now. I can't come to my office right now, okay? That morning, the 5th day into this mega event, this pandemic, unprecedented moment, I told my staff that we still had, it was probably 40 salespeople in the room. I said, if you charge a startup fee, I will fire you on the spot. Two things. If your productivity goes down, not the results, productivity. If your calls go down, you'll be fired. And number two, if you charge a $4,000 startup fee, they're paid on that. I'll fire you. Okay? Why? Because my pricing had become a liability at that moment. Also, one of our products called the Millionaire Booklet, okay? I'm like, we can't run a funnel traffic to that booklet. You guys need to think right now. What was an asset yesterday could be a liability today. Liabilities that you had yesterday could be assets today, right? So let's say you got a car on your liabilities and Jared's got 36 payments left on his car. If I was Jared, because he's not the only one with that liability. The company's got a little liability that he owes to, and they all know it. They're all sitting there over at Porsche and Ford and Toyota and car companies all over the world, GMAC, Chrysler, Credit. They're all like, God, man, how many cars are we going to have come back? If I was Jared, I might call there and say, hey, I got 33 left. How can we settle up? Okay, because people are worried right now. A lot of things are being renegotiated right now. The point I'm making to you right now is this. Your house, your car, your employees, your products, your pricing, your spouse, your family, your customers, your contracts, your contacts, your free time, your health, everything is either an asset or a liability, and you need to know which one they're on. The truth about change is, one, you got to confront it, and two, you got to give something up. Get rid of something old or questionable. Move something from one stack to the next stack. If it's not a 1 or a 2, 3, 4, and 5s, make them go away. Get rid of them. That includes people. Anything questionable, get rid of it. There's no change by simply adding new behavior. Number one biggest mistake when we're working with a company, let's add something new. No, let's get rid of something old and then we add something new. So make sure that's one of your takeaways today. Change is defined as to make or become different. Where does that word come from, Jared? The word change.
Barter.
Yeah, Jared.
Derivation.
Did you look at my slide there?
I did.
Yeah. Okay, this is really, really cool, man. The cool thing about looking up words. The word change comes from the word barter. In the old days, 1,000 years ago, when we all wore sandals and we all had tans, and we in the desert. Jared wants my rug. I'm like, yeah, what you got? What you got? You want my rug? What you got? I got a donkey. Oh, dang, man. My rug's worth more than your donkey because your donkey's not looking good today. Right? Your donkey looks more like a jackass. Look at my rug. My rug is good. Okay, I'll give you a rug. I need a donkey, I need a chicken, and a rooster. And Jared's like, oh man, I don't want to give my rooster up. Me and my rooster got a relationship. Okay, how about this? I take the chicken. What y'all think's fair? The rug, I take the chicken. I take the chicken.
A bag of dates.
I take the donkey. I take some dates and them sandals. Them nasty sandals.
Give me those sneakers.
And your sister. And then that was bartering, right? But the point is this. To barter, you had to give something up. You're bartering, okay? I got to change something. I got to give something up. And there is no change. Like, you can like me, not like me. If you've watched me for 35 years, you got to admit that I have changed over 35 years. And I'm willing to keep shifting, okay? And changing and adapting, okay? So things that you might need to get rid of right now. And one of the things we'll be doing at our mentor call each week, starting tomorrow at 1 o'clock. How do they get the link for the 1 o'clock and how do they sign up?
Well, don't worry about that. We got all that taken care of.
Okay. And how does everybody get the PowerPoint today?
They're going to email it out.
And then I want to start answering some questions.
Okay.
Things you need to start thinking about getting rid of in addition to friends and family: margins, pricing, non-core products, idealism. This is going to kill a lot of companies right here. You business owners out there that loved your idea, you need to give it up right now. Quit hanging on to the things you love. There's no holy grail right now. There is no, what do they call it? The elephant? Not the elephant. There's a word. The protected thing.
Endangered.
No, it's protected.
Sacred cow.
Sacred cow. The sacred cow.
I'm
See?
so great at charades, dude.
There you are.
I'm so good at that game.
That's awesome, man. You're great at a lot of things, Jared. You know, one of the things Jared's really great at is, he should poke his head in here so while I give him this acknowledgement. One of the things Jared's good at is, asking for help and following the advice. He's done it with his money, and that's why he's in good shape. So a lot of people in this country, 76% of Americans today live paycheck to paycheck, before this event, by the way. That didn't include the airline pilot for American Airlines that was making $200,000 a year. You guys understand the severity of the situation right now? Okay, the Gulfstream pilot that was making 180 or 220. He was making 160, left to work for another company making 200, and that other company failed. Now he's out of work. Okay, the retirement account that was worth 400, and in the first week it went to 200. That this happened. Now it's back to maybe 350, and he's like, I'm holding on. We're going up. Man, there's going to be another fall, folks. Okay, they're sucking you back in. I'm telling you. Don't take those risks right now. You got to get rid of anything that is not certainty. You need certainty right now. You don't need that kind of risk. New ideas are a risk right now. Excuses are a risk right now. Friends that are liabilities, that are casual, that are acting like this is not a big deal, that are drinking and thinking that this virus thing, where it came from, they're spending hours sending you links about the virus and where it came from and the bat that it came from and the lab that it was created in, and how there's information that WHO is connected to Bill Gates that is creating G5. You're getting killed, folks, casually. 21 days into this event right now. Your life should be in transformation right now. It should be in massive transformation. You should already be going up right now. If you're not, please join me. I want to spend this time with you. I'm begging you. Click the link below. I'll help you. My team will help you. This is my personal mission in life. You can no longer afford to hang around underperformers. You can't have expenses that you used to have. 24 hours into this event, 21 days ago, I told my wife, all spending stops, everything. It's got to be approved by me. My wife has to get approval. Everything goes through me. Every expenditure in this company has to go through me. Every expenditure on 26 projects that I own has to be approved by me. And I don't like it. Trust me. I hate looking at all this stuff. I'm like, I don't want to look at this. I'm getting 6 and 7 files in every email. You have to get rid of the old thinking. Yesterday is over. This is a new day. Retirement accounts. Why don't you go grab those right now? Tax stimulus program, 401k, IRA, $100,000. You can get $100,000 before you're 59 years old, 3 years, no penalty. Go get that money. 100 grand, it's your money, it's in your account. You could use that money tax-free, no expense, no cost to you, no fees. Do you guys know these things? Free, wouldn't cost you anything, not one penny. You could grab the 100 grand and you have 3 years, 2021, 2022, 2023, to put that money back in the bank and not have a penalty. And by the way, they might stretch it out longer than that. These are the things we'll be sharing with you each of the 6 weeks to get you in full acceptance. Click the link, grab it, man. What you got to risk? Is this going to be a crisis? We were talking about ISIS last year. Now we talk about the virus. It's always an is or an us.
Pirates.
I'm telling you, 2008, I cannot be happier about 2008. Okay? The faster I got to full acceptance. 2, I assessed my liabilities and my assets. I didn't know how to do this then. I know how to do it now. 3, I removed everything that doesn't help me. I've been condemned on social media. Condemned, okay, whatever. I'll take the condemnation, okay? My friend Tillman Fertitta let go 45,000 people. Delta Airlines, 60,000 people. Like, this is 21 million people have been let go from their jobs. And you guys are ragging on me because I let go of 40 people? Stop it, okay? I'm doing what I need to do. Are you doing what you need to do? Here are the orders you need to take right now. Get in full acceptance. Access, if you don't know how, let me help you. Access your liabilities and your assets. 3, remove everything that doesn't help you. I know it's scary. You need help. I went to a treatment center for 28 days because I admitted I could not do it on my own. Okay? I spent 3 weeks with my church. Help me walk through this. Help me get stronger through this. Help me clear up. I need some time to sit down and map out what happens to our real estate, what happens to the business. And man, I came back with so much clarity, but I had to give something up. Okay? Number 3, remove everything that doesn't help you. 4, focus on everything you do have that can help you, that can assist you. When the helicopter comes around, take the line, folks. When the boat shows up, get in it. Okay? I'm your boat. I'm your helicopter. Okay? You're not going to like the way I tell you. I don't always say it right. I don't always do it right. I know half the time I do it stupid. But my mission is to help you. Why else would I be doing this on a Friday afternoon? The money that you invest in this is about you putting money there so you're like, okay, I'm going to pay attention to this. Your head falls where you have money invested. Your head falls every day where you have money invested. Oh, I'm going home. Yeah, it's because you bought that home. I'm going to my apartment. That's because you pay for that apartment. Your money follows your money. Your head follows your money. Your ass follows your money. Your body follows your money. So invest in the program. Click the link below. Follow me. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock we start. We'll start answering your questions. And Jared, you can start serving them up to me. 5, get in your discipline. To do what? Produce revenue. I have 6 pages of people in our program right now that produce revenue. 6 pages. This is dated yesterday. I'm sorry, it's dated today. 4/17/2020. What's today?
4/17/2020.
Okay. This was from last night, less than 12 hours ago, of 6 pages of people saying, this is what I did. 6, make a list of the products you have to offer. Maybe you have no products. Good. We're going to walk through how to create a product, how to create a second product, how to create a third product, how to create a fourth product, how to have a free product, how to have a $10,000 product, how to have a $100,000 product, and why you have to have high-priced products regardless of your business. 7, how to create a contact and partner list and be part of a network that you could actually start selling your products to and expanding your power base to. That's number 7. Number 8 thing you need to do right now is expand into your market, your contact list with offers. And the 9th thing, you need someone to hold you accountable right now. You have to get someone to hold your feet to the fire. Okay? Go put your foot on the fire when we're done here. Go put your foot on the fire. See how long it stays there. You're not going to even get it close before you pull it back. You need somebody to hold you down while you're like, no, we're going to do this. Okay? You said you would, now you will. If you say you could, now you will, now you should. Okay? The old coulda, woulda, shoulda. Yeah, you coulda, and you would have, and you should have, so we're going to make you. Because you know that it'll help you, okay? Action. I've said it from the very beginning of this webcast today. Action. Action is the thing that will get you through this. What you can do now is nothing. Nothing. It's what most people do every day. They receive information and do nothing about it, okay? I made this mistake recently. Put a number in for Amazon. I wanted to buy Amazon. I knew the number I wanted to be at. I didn't do nothing. I backed off of it. I pulled away from it. I shouldn't have pulled away from it. It's a mistake. Missed 600. Okay? 2, you can do it yourself. Do it yourself, DIY. Dumb, ignorant, yodel. I've never done anything great by myself. Okay? Third thing you can do is do it with my team. Do it with me. I'll be on every call. I don't know what that's worth to you. I don't know what it's worth to you.
People pay $100,000 for coaching from you.
See, Johnny, I don't know why I got to tell them the link's down there, but it should just be up here so they can see it. They don't see it back here? Do you see it back here?
It's on the video, they can click on it.
Yeah, okay. Or you could tell them, because you see it, I don't see it. Okay? So do nothing today, that's a choice. Spectator, cheerleader, passive. Do it yourself, go do it yourself. But why haven't you done it yourself? It's been 21 days, folks. Okay, 3, let me and my team help. Worst thing can happen is what?
Worst possible thing that could happen?
Yeah.
It don't work.
Yeah. Worst possible thing, $997. Boom. $997 is not your problem. 997. Crisis. Who are you going to be on the other side of this? Who are you going to be on the other side of this? Who are you and your family going to be on the other side of this? I'm looking for the people that I can help get on the other side of this and look back and say, 2020 was the best year of my life. 2020 changed my life. 2020 made me into who I'm going to be. 2020 is the year I started writing my books. 2020 is when I figured out who I'm going to be. 2020, I went from being an engineer because I lost my job, got my ass kicked, got my head severed. I knew I was going to lose my job anyway. It's just a matter of time. Hated my job. 2020, I had a restaurant, realized the restaurant business was going to die anyway. I was in retail. I was getting killed. 2020 was the year I was forced to become something else, and I did. So join us, okay? Let me help you. I've helped a lot of people in the last 3 or 4 years around the world, okay? It's called 10X Mentoring. You can click the link below. We got some people that are winning extremely well. I got Richard Dolan. Richard's run multiple companies, taken a company public before, taken his own company, sold it for like 75 times the profits of the company. Jared Glant will be there. My wife will be there. Richard Dolan, our Canadian friend that is partnering with us on our license program, might be something you want to consider. You get 6 weeks free access to Cardone University, which is how to make millions on the phone, how to stay obsessed, top sales secrets to negotiating and closing, how to create multiple flows of income, how to get started in real estate. If you want to do real estate, by the way, the kind of real estate I buy is going to have, if I was in a super cycle, this is going to be a super duper cycle. This next cycle is going to be super duper whammo. That real estate program by itself sells for $10,000, just so everybody knows. Are they on me or they see the program? That program by itself sells for 10 grand, okay? You get access to it. 5 steps to being the best year ever, 2020. That program's less than 30 days old, okay? Our follow-up program sells for $1,995. You get access to it for free. How to become a millionaire. There will be more millionaires and billionaires made out of this cycle than ever in the history of the world. This is going to be the massive wealth redistribution on this planet. Decide to get it or don't get it. Okay? That's really the choices you're making today. You get 6 weeks free access, and we're going to extend that until our next 10X growth conference, whether you come or not.
That's right.
That's super duper, dude. Okay, that's also, right. 10X Mentor Program comes with a private networking community. It's going to be a tight community. You get to start talking about how can you help me? How can I help you? How can we help one another? And you get the exercises, liability assessments, worksheets, asset assessments, product offer worksheets, power-based customer worksheet, and guess what? We're going to help you actually fill those in. This program is normally $4,491, 6 weeks of coaching, 6 weeks of Cardone U, extended until the growth conference, 10X mentor networking group, weekly exercise assessments. Get rid of those. I hate those.
Those?
99.1% of the people said they liked it. Who cares? Dude, show me some people that made some money. Okay? Now I'm going to tell you, there were 700 people in this call. I don't know how many people this is. It's a lot. Russell Simmons, 325 in one day. I don't care if people liked it. Let's get rid of those. Would you participate in the group again? Oh, 98.2% said they would, definitely. Be involved in this course and this group again for sure. I liked it. Okay, good, great, dude. This ain't rotten tomatoes. Shit. This is, dude, am I making any money? You guys need to make money right now. Click the link below, man. Let me help you guys make some money. I can't promise you that you're going to make money out of this. Who knows? Maybe you lose your $9.97. If you don't come up with a plan, you and your family are going to lose their ass. This is the beginning of the biggest redistribution of wealth on planet Earth. This is not an American thing. This is planet Earth. We've already borrowed $6 trillion. There's been $6 trillion printed in the U.S. in 21 days. Both Bushes and both Obama administrations did not print that much money. We just did it in 21 days. What's coming next?
And gave away $350 billion to businesses in a week.
More money going to come. What side of this you going to get on? What side of this you going to get on? I mean, you got to ask yourself. You worried about $9.97? You don't need to worry about $9.97. You need to be worried about the world coming to an end. I'm telling you, folks, you got to get prepared now. Okay, this is not a movie, and if it is, you're in it, and you're the producer, the writer. You get to decide. You're going to be the action hero. Or you're going to be one of the people run over, like in the first. Boom! You killed yourself in the first part of the movie. Okay, Richard Dolan. No, it's Richard. Cindy says $600 in new client starts, $375 for a system tune-up. Help me read some of these. Coaching for $850.
Sold a couch for $150. Got $130 for lawn care.
No, you read one. I'll read one.
Okay.
June Middleton picked up $100.
Made $580 selling masks.
Gennaro. It doesn't matter what it is. $1,200.
Garrett, $300.
M. Gross closed $650,000 contract.
Tony, $425.
Folks, this was last night. Okay, so we're going to give you this same session that we did last night tomorrow at 1 o'clock because you missed it. Tomorrow, Saturday, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Okay, if you got questions, have them ask questions.
Yeah, one guy here says,
what's your concern?
I lost my job. What would you recommend for somebody unemployed?
I would get, great question. I just finished 12 videos on how to get unemployed. That's going to be in the system. It'll be up when, Johnny?
How to find your dream job in 36 hours or less.
Yeah, it's actually going to be labeled 72 hours because nobody thinks I can do it in 36, even though I know I can. How to get your dream job in under 72 hours. There's 13 videos that will be in Cardone U by end of day today. Okay, it's about, I think it's about 12, 13. It's probably 260 minutes of content. Think? Yeah. Probably 75 minutes of content, okay? That's what I would do. I'd get on that program, how to find your dream job. This is the opportunity, folks, for you to get the dream job, not the shit job that you had. I lost a job when I was 30 years old. I got fired from the last job, the second to last job that I was working. I was with a car dealer. The guy fired me. The guy told me, hey, man, I don't need to hear that. I'm like, okay. It was half firing, half quit. I went back to my office, packed up my box, left. It was a blessing in disguise. Okay. Went and worked for a guy for 2 years. Me and him got in a big argument. He's like, hey, man, get out of here. I'm tired of putting up with your bullshit. It was a blessing in disguise. I became a professional speaker, started my own business in, what year was that? I'm 31, 30 years old. It was a blessing. Quit the car dealer at 28, 30 years old, I get fired again. Boom, it was a blessing in disguise. That guy went under. He never really made it. He was super talented. And I went on to become who you know to be Grant Cardone today. 2008 comes. Boom, crash.
SJ asked about Cardone U. He said, how long is it? He's confused. You get access to it for a year or until next GrowthCon. But the program, the coaching program itself is
coaching
6
program
weeks.
is 6 weeks, starts tomorrow at 10 o'clock, so that's 7 weeks for you, and then you get Cardone University for until February, third week February 2021. Sue Fullerton, $600. $9,000 doing a webinar. Okay, keep questions, Jared.
Yep.
Gomez. Okay, if you guys got questions about the program,
what time will the calls be? What time will the mentoring calls be? They're going to be 8 p.m. on Thursday nights. but they will be recorded.
Robert, I picked up $300. And just keep serving up questions. I'm doing this while you're doing that.
If I buy books are included or to be purchased separately. Everything that you get inside the mentoring program is included.
Yeah, if you want a book, if you want 10X Rule, if you want Sell or Be Sold, we're not going to be selling those books. We're going to be actually walking you through 7 weeks of content on what you should do. If you want to buy a book from me, great. But look, we got books for free, folks. I got some of my books are for free right now. If you want to buy a book from me, great, do it. Let's roll. I'm writing a book right now, How to Start Over. We're going to probably drop it into the program. So, and I should have that finished by the end of the week. Promise you, we will give you 100 times more than you pay for. Okay. Let's see. What do I got here? $24,000 in 60 minutes. That's from Matt Maloof. Can't make this stuff up, folks. Again, I'm not promising you can do that. I don't know what you're going to do with it. I know this. What you're going to do without some help, without some support, without saying you need help. If we just teach you how to grab the PPP. $6,000. I called an old client, Benjamin Paris, $6,000. Okay, that's 6 times his investment. He paid the same price for the program. $400. I picked up $3,600. Samantha Roberts.
Should I discontinue advertising in my business?
No, you shouldn't continue advertising. You have to advertise. You guys should be advertising more right now. If you're not going to spend more right now, don't spend anything. If you're not going to advertise more right now, if you're not going to spend more right now, don't spend anything. $500. I made $500. Katie, I made $150. Debbie, I made $120. Matt, that was the first week there in the program. And they made $110 in 12 hours. Okay, why don't we just repeat that, Matt? Let's do it again, or let's up the game. Okay, that's what we did with Matt last night. I'm on the call for 2 hours. If that's worth something to you, let me know. If you guys don't want the weekly thing and you want something more personal, I also sell private coaching if you're interested. Jared, you want to tell them about our private coaching?
Yeah, so basically what you do is you get to fly down to Miami and sit with Grant. It's 4 meetings per year. You get 1 meeting a quarter, and it's $100K. We don't do individual sessions. You have to purchase a package of 4.
Yeah.
But if that's something that's more kind of in line than what you're looking for, then you can definitely do that as well.
Hussein got $1 million contract yesterday. Matthew did $100,000.
What happens if I already have Cardone University? That's a great question.
Yeah.
You'll get to put that account on hold while you use the mentoring program and access to the Cardone
I'm giving
University.
you Cardone U, so like it's not like I'm giving you Cardone U. It doesn't matter. Like, okay, so you're giving it. But you also get a visit. If you're on Cardone U already, what I'll do for you in exchange, that's better, Jared. Let's scratch what you said. I hate what you said. Okay. What I'll do is I'll make you first on the list to come to our office. Don't forget, you guys get to come to our offices included when you do this during the broadcast, all right? So you're going to get this. You already have Cardone U. Keep paying for it. Okay?
What if I'm not in sales?
This got nothing to do with sales. By the way, you need this even more. You're an engineer, plumber, contractor. What are you doing for money? How's this going to end for you guys? You guys got to recreate yourself right now, okay? Do I have a picture of them in the... Oh,
have you pivoted your marketing at all?
Have I pivoted my marketing? Well, that's a better answer for you, better question for you.
Well, yeah. Of course we did.
All the marketing.
All the messaging,
everything's changed.
Everything's
changed. Okay. Here's Alex, closed a $25,000 deal the same day we gave him the program. In addition to the offer I'm making you today, you also get to come to our offices in Miami. We do 1 a month, starting in May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. You come down, spend 1 day in our offices from 9 o'clock to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You get to meet every department, see our department, see how we operate. That by itself can be worth the entire offer that we're making you today.
This guy says, am I an idiot for volunteering with the company that just laid me off?
No, you're not. You guys are making a lot of people being laid off, walking away from jobs. They're walking away from income and a job. Don't do both of those. Okay, so look, you guys got to decide right now. Look in your heart. Look in your heart right now. How's this going to end for you? You're going to be bigger, faster, more confidence, or you're going to be smaller, slower, and less confident. These are turning points. They're turning points. This is your turning point. This is your moment. In my lifetime, when I was 10 years old, my dad died, turning point. 20 years old, my brother died, turning point. 23 years old, I was beat up, put in a hospital, 76 stitches in my head and face, turning point. 25, went to a treatment center, turning point. 28 years old, lost my job, turning point. 30, lost my job, turning point. 35 years old, lost, making a little money, don't know what to do with it. It would look good. It looked like it was good, but it wasn't. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to manage the success. I was by myself. I was alone, lonely, successful and lonely. Turning point. Had to get some help. 45 years old, got some help, found my wife. That was really the start of my life, was like, okay, I need more help. I had money, I had the cars, I had success, I had a name, but I still was living way below my potential. Sold my house in La Jolla, knew everybody in La Jolla, walked away from my country club, had a country club paid for, had a house paid for. I had it made. Left there, moved to Los Angeles, I knew no one. I had this feeling in my gut. Hate Los Angeles, by the way. Hate it. Thought it was a dirty city, smog filled, too many people. Didn't know a person, not one person, but I had this thing in my stomach. Many of you right now have something. You're like, I ought to do this. You have this inclination. I want to do this. But you're like, am I just being sold here? You're the one that came here today looking for something. You want something. I went to LA looking for something. A new life, expansion, a wife, family. I found it. You cannot find what you want if you don't hold on to it once you get it. Okay, don't let this be the last 2 hours I spend with you, please. I can get you excited about something. You took a bunch of notes. Please post, DM me your notes, okay? Maybe we'll give away, I'll give away.
Maybe we should give away a few entrances.
No, I'll give a free playbook away. The playbook that I was talking about earlier, okay? I'll find another one. I'll give all the content to our playbook to millions. Send me the screen. Yeah, I think they should.
There's a payment plan on the.
Is there a payment
yeah,
plan?
Yeah.
How do they find that?
It's on the page.
Okay.
And if you
well,
need
how would they know it if they didn't click
if you need
it?
something different, other than the payment plan, then you can just click, send an email to chat.
But how would anybody know there's a payment plan if they hadn't clicked on the link? You'd have to click on the link to find that.
Yeah, you would. You would have to.
Yeah. Yeah. So
we're telling them right now.
People are asking if there's a payment plan.
Yeah.
They're in the comments.
There's when you get to the page, you can pay one time or you can pay over 3 payments. So whatever makes it easier for you. Okay. Look, guys, money is never the issue. Commitment's always the issue. Are you going to be bigger, faster, more confident? Do you need help through this? Do you need help? Do you want help through this? Or are you going to take the advice? Or are you going to show up for the meetings? That typically is everybody's concern. The reason people don't do things is they're like, I couldn't quit drugs on my own, man. I tried for 9 years. I finally said, okay, surrender. I need help. That was the start of my life. I paid $28,000 in 30 days of my life. So the turning points in my life have always been the toughest times. When I moved to California, when I moved to Los Angeles and met Elena, okay, and really went on my self-discovery, I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on my personal self. I didn't have a jet. I was on a plane 200 days a year, sitting coach most of the time, waiting for an upgrade. I didn't even have the idea I would ever have. Never in my wildest imagination did I ever think I would own a Gulfstream 550. I didn't know the difference between a Gulfstream, a Falcon, Superjet, small. I didn't know anything. Never in my wildest imagination. Had I not left what I was comfortable with, sold my house, got rid of the country club, walked away from my friends. I had to spend money to do that, by the way. Every one of these events, I had to give something up and I had to spend money. And I had to do something that was scary. That was what, 45, I was 16 years ago, 17 years ago. 2001 comes, ugly, man, it was terrible. 2008 comes, that was worse. I'm with Elena now. Life is better. My little company's making a little bit of money. I think at the time I had 260 apartments. I thought I was the shit. 2008 comes, wham! Got hit with everything, all at one time, everything, like at one time. Like, okay, apartments, I can't sell the apartments. They're calling the loan on the apartments. I get hit with a lawsuit. Like, I got a baby on the way. Everything. Like, I've lost my self-confidence. I've lost my belief in myself. I know I underestimated everything. I didn't work hard enough. I had thought I was hot shit, and I wasn't. And that 2008 punched me in the face so hard, and that's when Elena sent me into my office and said, "Hey, go fix this. Quit feeling sorry for yourself. Quit feeling bad about it. Go fix this." Called a buddy of mine, asked for some advice, asked him to help me. He was nice enough to help me along. Said, "Look, you got to get busy producing, man. You got to produce something. You got to go broad to the public." He's the one that helped me with creating products that would make Grant Cardone more than a car salesman. And he's like, "Look, just go write how you're gonna figure your way out of your shitstorm that you created. You caused this for yourself. Now he was a busy dude because he had his own stuff going on. He didn't have time to help me every week. I'm offering to help you every week, to teach you what I learned in 2008. Because 2008 to now, if I knew now what I knew then, I wouldn't have wasted the first 3 years. I'd be a billionaire today a couple times, at least a couple times. But I took too long. I worried about little money too long. I worried about $1,000 too long. I had 3 employees. How stupid was that? I should have went and hired 30 more people that day. I had the money to do it, by the way. Okay? Because I didn't have to operate remote. We weren't under the COVID-19, wear the mask, 6-foot distancing, country shut down. This thing is so much more severe, folks, than 2008. So that leaves you with 2 options. If this is bigger than 2008, it's going to get really, really worse for a lot of people. And the people that play this, that turn crisis into opportunity, that use this crisis to rebirth, this is going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to be massive for a bunch of people. I'm one of them. I promise you I'm going to benefit from this. And I just don't want to do it by myself. I want to help you guys. I want to help bring a bunch of people with me. And you know the best bragging rights in the world is not I did it, but look, I helped all these other people did it. If you want to be one of those people, let me help you. 6 weeks is not very long. We start tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Click the link below, okay? You get Cardone University. We're going to extend it till the next 10X Growth Conference. I want to show you off in Vegas at the next 10X Growth Conference. Got an unbelievable list of people that we're bringing there. We're going to give you 6 weeks of us being together each Thursday night at 8 p.m. Goes from about 8 to 9 p.m. Promise you will love it. You get exercises, challenges, schedules, assessments. Okay, hang on, Johnny. You also get a networking, the entire group you get to network with. You get access to my staff, my people, my support. We work every day here. We work probably 18-hour a day, 365, weekends, Sundays, Mondays, Tuesday. We don't know time here. We all work. We're crazy. We're also going to invite a bunch of you to come, if you want to come at no cost, to come to Miami and sit in our morning meeting and meet each one of our departments, Ask questions. This is like, it's going to be 30 people at a time, maybe 40 people, 30 people at a time, where you get to sit around a table. You have that picture, that image, Johnny, what it looks like here in this classroom, where you get to sit around, ask me questions, Jared questions, Sherry questions, like what's the culture like? Like you get to take a look behind the scenes. That by itself is worth $10,000. It includes the real estate program, okay? It's a $10,000 program if you want to learn how to buy real estate the way I do. It includes the new unemployment program for anybody that's lost their job. Brand new content. You do not have it yet, promise you, okay? It includes how to manage your people remotely, okay? Brand new content. It includes PPP programs, how we're accessing government money and how you should too. The federal stimulus money we will continue to expand on. How to start over with myself and Brandon Dawson, all new content, okay? Cardone University, and the support of my staff. Johnny, show them what the classroom looks like. I want to help you. I want you guys to come here. Click the link below. They can see it. I can't see it. So click the link below. I'd love to have you involved in this. Please send me.
Plane ticket.
Okay.
They pay for it.
Yeah, you pay for your plane ticket. I'm not going to fly you down here. Somebody actually asked that? Yeah. Oh my gosh, folks, man. Do it on your own. 3 things you can do today. Nothing. Nobody ever feels good about that. 2, do it by yourself. This is not one you want to do by yourself. Okay? You might want to handle 2008 by yourself, or 2015. You know, there was a contraction in 2015. You could do that by yourself. You don't even remember it happened. You ain't doing this one by yourself, folks. Nobody. Delta Airlines ain't doing it by themselves. American Airlines ain't going to do it by themselves. Hilton Hotel won't do this by themselves. Marriott Hotel won't do this by themselves. President Donald J. Trump ain't doing it by himself. Ain't nobody doing this deal by themselves. Nobody. You got freaking countries can't do this by themselves. But you're going to try to do it by yourself? It's insane. Okay? Let me help you. And if it's not me, you need to pick somebody today. Pay somebody today. Find somebody to offer you 6 or 7 or 8 weeks. It takes about 6 weeks to create a habit. Find somebody that you can give money to, or you can give barter to, or you can give something to, and say, hey man, I want to pay you to hold me accountable for the next 6 or 7 weeks so I can pull my head out of my ass, get it focused on the right thing, and start producing revenue like these 6 pages of people are right now. Okay, I want you to be one of those people. I want to help you. I will push you. Promise you. I push all my people. Okay, I push everybody around me gets pushed. And I'll push you. You might not like the way I push you. A lot of people don't like the way I push you, but I promise you, my goal is to get you winning faster. Okay, because this is going to be painful for a lot of people. And the last thing I would ask you to do is this. Think about not just you and your family, but the people that you can influence. Your success can be a beacon for other people. You could be a doorway for other people. You could be the inspiration of somebody else. Say, what am I doing? Everybody's trying to do this on their own right now. Okay? Nobody can. You can't. I can't. And if you can do it by yourself, imagine how much you and I could do together over the next 6 weeks. My hope is that you don't spend 6 weeks with me. You say, hey, I want to do the rest of the year with you. My goal is to do enough with you, help you enough that you don't just want to do these 6 weeks, but you're like, dude, I want to do another 6 weeks with you because you're making money. These people that are making money, they're not going to walk away from this. They're like, I'm winning right now. I'm winning right now. Let's roll. So the good news here is this, okay? The good news is you're going to get through this. Everybody's going to get through this. The bad news is you're not going to die, and you're going to want to at times, okay? The best news of all for some of you is on the other side of this. On the other side of this crisis, this storm, is going to be the biggest opportunity of your lifetime. It might mean a new industry, a new business, working for yourself. It might mean working for somebody else. It might mean you need to not be self-employed anymore. Give that up. and go work with somebody that really wants to roll hard and big, okay? I want to help you. My team's here to help you. Thank you for watching today. Click the link below. We'll give everybody the PowerPoint that showed up.
Sent out, yeah.
Really, really appreciate everybody that came today. I hope it helped you. I hope you liked it. Give me a review of this online. You liked it? Just give an honest review. Create a couple 2 or 3 minute video. Grant Cardone's, what do we call it? The live training, okay? If you liked it, do a 2 or 3 minute honest review. I know the haters will. The trolls will. Maybe you guys that liked it, you got something out of it. Love to see your notes. Share it with other people. By the way, my name is right now on Google is trending 2,400% higher than it was 2 days ago. So you posting a YouTube video, honest review of Grant Cardone's
mentor program.
No, economic crisis, live economic crisis, 2-hour program. Hey man, it was long. He's long-winded. He's a blowhard. I got some great information. Love the PPP program, the government stimulus program he talked about. I can't wait till he releases the QIP stuff. He gave me great information on handling acceptance, the 6 different behaviors that you can do. You guys even remember what the 6 behaviors are? What are they? Who knows? Bet you don't even know. Bet you forgot. That was 47 minutes ago that I talked about the 6 different responses you could have right now. Jared, you know what they are?
Passive spectator, contract, victim, cheerleader, 10x attack.
Boom. Which one are you supposed to do? 10x attack. Okay. Of those 6, if you did not click the link today and take advantage of the payment program, again, the only reason you won't do this right now is you don't think it's going to work. That's the only reason. Okay. Of the 6, if they don't respond, which of the 6 would they be?
They would be contract.
You contracted. Or you spectated. You watched today.
Pull back on everything and hunker down.
Contract. Pull back and hunker down. Okay? All right? So the way through this is to expand. The way through this is to get help. The way through this is strategy. The way to get through this is action. The way to get through this is with others that want to get through this. We can get through this to better together, faster together, inspire one another together, and be examples for one another. Thank you for signing up. Thank you for showing up today. And for all of you that signed up, we'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, God bless.